going on, everybody? It is Tuesday. Show Me the Money Club live Tuesday with Sergio and myself. We are here to talk about a lot of crazy things that are going on. So let's kind of just get into the breakdown, I guess, because there's quite a bit. And unfortunately, there's a big storm that's going on right now. If you don't know, you will know now. Giant storm, a lot of winds going through. We got like 70-mile-an-hour gusts going on right now outside. So power's been flickering on and off all day. It hasn't in a little while, but if I go black and blank and not here, unfortunately, that's probably because the power went out. So we may have a shortened show for you guys today. So we're going to try flying through everything and get going. So Sergio, how's it going today?
Good, buddy. Good. I'm feeling better. I tested negative
Good.
last Friday. I drove this weekend a few hours to debunk the $32 per active hour, put out some nice videos, ride-along videos. I love doing those organic videos, and a lot of people are liking it too. So I'm doing good. Health is better. Hopefully you don't go out because you have the master controls, then I'm screwed on my own.
Oh, you can get that. You get the little control. So either way.
But it's not like without you. Anyway, so yeah, I'm doing good. Health is good. Back to
Nice.
almost normal. Yeah, that's it.
Good to hear. Yes. So we got a lot. Unfortunately, you had computer problems just before getting started. We got a windstorm going on as most of the north and east, and I think it actually goes all the way down south. I've seen wind warnings in Carolinas. I've seen it down in Florida. So this is a big storm. So if you guys were affected, hopefully everybody's safe. If you had like down trees, power lines or anything, just be safe out there when you're driving, especially if you're in one of the areas that are going to be affected, because a lot of winds, that's for sure. So again, especially driving at night, you may not see power lines that are down. They might be hanging there, and then all of a sudden you're driving by and crack. What the hell was that? And it was a power line or something. So yep, just be careful out there no matter what it is. Because
I didn't know that you could. You know what? I just saw something from Max New York. I didn't know that you could put Armenian alphabet or language comments in there. You know, hey, Max New York, what's up? I don't think we've seen you before, but thanks for the comment. So yeah, so you want to do your recap, or should I go right into it? And then
yeah, let's get the recap, and then we'll go kind of start the show. So we got quite a bit that we're going to talk about, and like I said, we're going to try going as quick as we can just to make sure if the power does go out, we are able to get through the majority of it as quick as we can. I don't foresee that being the case because we haven't lost it or anything, but just in case. So first off, we are going to be talking about the New Year's Eve glitch from Lyft, how it's eroding trust. But is everybody getting paid? So we want to make sure we're covering that. We're going to be talking about Uber bringing back the trip count for quests. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be happy about that instead of having to do the dollar quests. So that's good news. Lyft, one correct step, another must follow. We're going to be talking about driver pay is decreasing from Uber's own emails to drivers. We've been following them, and straight from the horse's mouth, we can see driver earnings are down. I mean, we all know that, but to have it straight from their mouth is just more verification of what's going on. Also, we're going to be talking about what is Lyft Bonus Turbo, what's going on there, what that's all about. More crap to talk about when it comes to these things, like more games that they're playing. Come on, let's just increase pay, stop this stupid crap, and we'll be good to go. Then Uber calculating tips in Upfront Fares. What's going on there? Is it even legal what they're doing? And that's pretty much today's title. We have something straight from the horse's mouth, or at least a representative from them. So you want to stay tuned on that. And then we're also going to be talking cash or trash, accept or deny the ride. So we're going to bring a couple of people on and, of course, play the game, show a couple of rides. Would you take it? Would you not? And why? And the winner of that will be chosen by you, the audience, and the winner is going to win $25. So make sure you stay tuned if you'd like to participate in that and be a contestant on cash or trash, and if you'd accept or deny the ride and why. And then also we're going to end on some facts and funnies. Unfortunate, not great story coming out. Very unfortunate story, as we've all heard some things. But we're going to be talking about one of that there, and then a couple of funnies to kind of raise the mood after that. But yes, before we, oh, go ahead.
No, you finish your.
Oh, and then just a couple of quick announcements to let you guys know. First off, if you didn't know, we have new tiers. So if you'd like to support the channel and even get an extra live stream or early access to the content, the extra live would be with Sergio and myself monthly. We have a couple of new members already that are in that tier. So congrats. And we'll be seeing you. We'll announce when that live stream is later this month. So stay tuned for that. And if you'd like to support the channel any way you can, that'd be great. And then also make sure if you'd like some more free content from the RideShare Guy, follow the Instagram page. Link is going to be in the description below. There's free daily videos there as well. And also, if you'd like to sign up for the free newsletter, again, more content even there. So links are going to be in the description there. And Sergio, I mean, we just got inundated with a bunch of emails of what's going on in the country. And this is going to affect drivers because the Department of Labor ruling came out just a little bit ago, 339 pages worth of it. And we already got emails asking what's going on. So Sergio, give us your answer and what we're planning to be able to get this a lot of information in 339 pages out to everybody so they know what's going on.
Yeah. So before that, Chris said, okay, I started writing for our newsletter again, because we had some issues in the background. So I'm going to write articles. Look, people, when we say it's free, we really mean it. It's free. And it is amazing information that you guys are going to get. It's free. Just go sign up. Not a big deal. You guys sign up for shit all the time. This may actually improve your earnings. And I love writing, so I had missed it. I'm going back to writing at least a couple of articles a month. And I don't pull any punches on these articles, and they don't get edited, and they just get put out the way I write it. And that's been like that for 5 years. I had quit for a few months. It's back. Go sign up, rideshareguy.com. Number two, like Chris said, last maybe hour and a half, I had 20 emails saying, Sergio, what happened? Department of Labor ruling. Okay, so this ruling was coming around anyway. Biden administration did not have a Department of Labor secretary because the existing gentleman quit and went to become the head of.
Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you, Paul. Hope you're doing well. So the existing Department of Labor secretary quit his job and went to become the head of Players Association in the National Hockey League. So it's been empty. Department of Labor, there was no chairman of Department of Labor. So Julie Su, who was from California, who had written AB5, long story short, is the nominee. She still hasn't been, selected as the Department of Labor secretary. But last September, there were some rumblings of this coming around, that the misclassification issue that these companies have been dealing with, independent contractor versus employee. Who are we? Are we independent contractors? Personally speaking, I'm misclassified. That's my personal opinion, because these companies, all gig companies, not just Uber and Lyft, they try to have the cake and eat it too. But they're powerful. They have strong lobbies, and they've been able to pass laws the way they choose to do it, like Prop 22 in California. The ruling came out. I had all the emails. How's this going to affect us? What's going to happen? I'm going like, okay, chill out, people. Let me take a look. Because look, there are many other channels. We like them all. We don't knock anybody down. But here, whatever you're going to hear is going to be fact. We don't put out opinions. We don't put out innuendo. We don't put out hearsay. We do what we do. We take our time. We study it. And I clicked on that PDF, Chris. It was 339 pages long. There's not a goddamn chance I'm reading 339 pages, make sense of it, and then tell it to the audience what I think of it, right? So what we're going to do, though, we're going to do one better. Next week, Show Me the Money, we're going to have legal scholar from NELM. And, he has no bones to pick. He's going to come and explain to us exactly what we should expect. And Uber put on their blog a response saying that they're not concerned with this because it's not going to make any difference to the gig workers in the country. Of course, they have to say that. I also invited the head of that department, Federal Legal Affairs at Uber, to come on Show Me the Money next week. The stocks did not get affected like they did last September. Last September, when this news came out, stocks went down 20% each. Today, in fact, they went up. So all I know at the moment is there is this ruling that could open a can of worms on. This is, by the way, not just for us drivers, gig workers. This is for freelancers. This is for true independent contractors, like truck drivers, like, down to your strippers, and I mean, down to all the people who are freelancers. Okay. This is a major ruling, and I don't want to make, any judgment or guesses about it. I want to study it, and then I will give you guys what I think about it. Yeah, so next week, please join us. We're going to have a couple of legal scholars talking about it, give us their opinions, and put the facts out, and everybody makes their own decision. That's what we do here. So that's it. That's where we are.
Yep. And especially with 339 pages, trying to digest that in just a matter of a very short time is nearly impossible. So yeah, being able to go through everything to see, having these scholars on next week is going to be really good and really insightful. So yes,
one
make
other
sure
thing, one other thing, Chris. Sorry, one other thing. Our driver brothers and sisters up in Oregon, I'm going to have them on. They are trying to duplicate what happened in Washington State. Look, this is not a secret. I'm a huge, huge supporter of the Washington State Seattle model. Okay, I'm not a supporter of Prop 22. I'm a huge supporter of the Washington State Seattle model. And in fact, in the Uber's article that C.R. Wooters, this gentleman, wrote from Uber, mentioned that they are willing to come to the table and talk about it and give us some rights, give us some different rates, right? They mentioned that as a positive, that they are willing to come sit at the table under the assumption that we want to stay independent contractors. That's what these companies want. However, the brothers and sisters in Oregon, they had a massive turnout. They're trying to duplicate exactly what happened in the city of Seattle and then the state of Washington, with the help of a union up there. This is happening in Chicago now. I am going to get the head of MALDA. MALDA is Minnesota Uber and Lyft Drivers Association president on Show Me the Money, as well as one of the legislators who's pushing their own ordinances in the city of Minneapolis to be spread out to state of Minnesota. And our Joe is in that state, and he put me in touch with him. So I have my hands and eyes all over this legislation that's happening in the country, and then we're going to keep you posted. And these are important movements. These are important developments, because this is how we're going to get stronger. Okay, the way we're going to get stronger is grassroots movement, word of mouth. Go talk to other drivers. Go talk to your own legislatures. This is how we're going to do this. There's no other way. And we're going to have a segment coming up today. And I'm so humbled by you guys sending me all this information, and all I do is put it together and show it to you guys. And you guys are going to see the power of the community. I got rates literally from the horse's mouth, from Uber's mouth, on 55 cities now. Okay? And the trend is not the earnings trend is not the driver's friend. So you guys are going to see all this. And this is what we need to do. We need to get stronger, louder voices, with the help of mainstream media, which I have, journalists, which I have. Push. We're going to keep pushing. And that's what we need to do. And stay tuned. We'll have a lot of great stuff coming up in January. So there you go.
Oh, yeah. Starting the year off strong. So second show of the year, already starting strong with a lot of stuff. So stay tuned, because there will be a lot of developing behind the scenes after everything's said and done, and kind of the dust starts settling from that. But a lot of things going on behind the scenes, which is always good. So Ty Allen, thank you for the super chat. Why don't you have Upfront Fares? Honestly, it might be a blessing, because Upfront Fares is not always the best it can be, especially, you might not get paid the most when you should be. I mean, the only upsetting point is you do not get to be able to see where you're picking up and dropping off. So that is the only downfall. But with that being said, I mean, Upfront Fares is not in every market, and you may not want to.
Yeah, I've been getting emails about that. By the way, kudos to the California Treasurer. This time she was on the ball, Chris. Yesterday.
What, did it? Oh, nice.
She posted it.
Woo.
She posted the new adjusted rate, which went up from 34 cents to 35 cents now.
Ooh, so that went
And
8
yeah,
days.
yeah,
So does that mean that
yeah,
they have
yeah.
8 days worth of back pay now?
She was on the ball. No, yeah, 3 days. No, it's not going to happen. But she was on the ball, and she put it out. And I already checked my Uber and Lyft app. They already put 35 cents in there, and 120% of the new minimum wage that exists. So thanks to the California Treasurer on the ball. Good for us, and good for her, because
Yeah, just took a
she
couple
got
of years
pounded last
past on last year's
Yeah,
debacle.
yeah. All right.
Oh boy. All right. So being that it's still the new year, we were talking about the New Year's Eve glitch happening last week, being that it was the 2nd of the year. Now it's the 9th. It obviously, when something like this happens, especially on busy nights, pay has to come to drivers. But the question is, has all the pay been paid out? What other issues have been happening? So we're just going to kind of talk about that real quick, and then hopefully we'll put a bow on New Year's and
Yeah, finish that.
unfortunately call it a day. Ty Allen, thank you for becoming a member.
Thank you, Ty.
Appreciate that. And yeah,
Yeah, so I got few of these emails. I didn't get a barrage of emails saying I haven't gotten paid yet, so that's a good sign. That means for the actual trips, people got paid, Chris, within couple 3 days, right? We talked about it last week. I ripped a new one to David Risher. Hopefully didn't burn too many bridges. But look, man, 2 years in a row is inexcusable. Call it whatever you want to call it, glitch, this, that, whatever. But then I started getting some emails about this, that look, these companies mess up, right? And then they go, trust us, we're going to make you whole. Look, Lyft, Uber, trust left the building long time ago. In order for you guys to gain the trust back, shit needs to change. Okay, that's one. So don't tell us that, yeah, trust us, we're going to make everybody whole. Okay, I didn't get too many emails. Look, I get 1,500 emails, probably more now. And when people complain about the same topic, Chris, I know there's a problem. And then these were sprinkled here and there. So I see that, people were like getting tips, and it says clearly out here is that due to technical issues over the weekend, this is last New Year's weekend, some of your riders may have encountered trouble when trying to give you a tip, well-earned tip. Okay, well, $2 is showing up on this guy account, $3 on this guy account. So Lyft, how do we trust you? How do we trust you that not 10 people did tip, and you're only showing me like pittance here? How many of those fell through the cracks? I was hearing that a lot of people were trying to tip
Sabin, thank you for
generously.
the super chat.
Sabin, thank you. Generously on New Year's Eve, and they weren't able to tip, right? What about that? All I know is this. We don't trust you. There will be, I'm sure, many of these that fell through the cracks, right? These are just a few. And the other thing that was happening New Year's Eve, Chris, people were trying to cash out. The good old 85 cents that we have, cashing out?
Oh yeah.
Right? They were charging the 85, but the money was not going out. How do you like them apples? So there was no glitch in charging the 85 cents to cash out, but then money was
conversation with support there.
Yeah, and I'm like, look, this is nonsense, Lyft. Okay, what we need to do is we need to establish trust. How do you establish trust? It's gone. Good luck. I mean, look, I'm telling you, as the biggest channel out there, you guys have lost it. 2 years in a row is inexcusable. Yeah, you're making people whole, great, but we talked about these problems. I personally think, Chris, everybody who was within 200 points of achieving platinum or the next tier on the 31st should be automatically given that, because they missed it. They missed their platinum levels. I got a bunch of emails about that I missed the next tier. Look, for one reason or another, you guys can laugh at these people or whatever. It's not the point. It's their choice, right? It's their choice to be platinum. It's their choice to be platinum plus. And because I didn't get the dollar amounts, and on Lyft it's based on dollar amounts, and I missed going platinum or platinum plus, and now I'm not getting the benefits of maybe rematch or head of queue at airports and things like that. I think you guys should just give everybody, because it's only for 1 month, give him the platinum plus that they were going for. The other thing is, you guys, there are a lot of rentals out there who are actually getting paid 15 to 25% less anyway. And there's a threshold in there that they had to do 30 trips in that week. Maybe somebody left 15 of those 30 trips to get their discount from Avis or Hertz, to get that discount, and they didn't get it. Now they're in trouble with the rental company because Lyft did not register those extra trips, 15, maybe 20 trips or 10 trips that they did on New Year's Eve, right? So you guys should make those people whole too. So look, there is a lot of unintended consequences of all these problems, Lyft. These unintended consequences goes above and beyond what you're trying to fix, which is make people whole and pay them 2, 3, 4 days late. Yeah, they may have bounced a few checks here and there on auto payment or whatever, but that's not the issue. You can make them whole, but these unintended consequences, because you guys chose this to be an incentive-based system, you guys need to fix these. How do you fix it? Give everybody platinum. That was within a couple hundred points. Give everybody benefit of the doubt that they did the 10, 15 trips, to hit that 30 trip threshold. These are the things. These are the goodwill gestures that may, at some point, get you the trust back. But at the moment, it's in the trash can. There's no trust. So,
oh yeah, and then just looking at the poll too, like how satisfied are you? 58% say 1 star. So I'm sure after, and this was prior to New Year's Eve going out there. So I'm sure after that, it probably would have been added to a 1-star rating. So instead of 58%, who knows? Maybe it would have gone to 65, 70%. With things like that. And unfortunately, when things like that happen, it is accumulation. And, people don't forget, especially when you're screwing with money. People do not forget. So good to see people are getting reimbursed. And, hopefully everybody is. If you're not, hopefully you will be able to soon. And you don't have to spend 4 or 5 hours on the phone with support, because that's just draining and it gets nowhere. So
that black hole.
Yeah. All right. Well, Paul, Plano, Texas, thank you for becoming a member. Chris as well. And Bruce, thank you for members. Awesome.
Thank you. Much appreciated. So, Lyft, make them whole. I mean, make them whole in the unintended consequences that you created. I know you guys watch. I know I'm in touch with you guys. I sent you a whole bunch of stuff from drivers. You responded in kind, saying that these are going up the ladder. Look, some of these emails I get are heartbreaking, Chris. And then all I do, you know what I do? Before I used to package them and send them. Now all I do is just click forward, because I have so many. Click forward, send. And I ask the driver, of course, may I share this with Lyft? They go, of course. And then boom, it's gone. And, and I'm hoping these are not going to deaf ears, man, because these drivers are taking the time to reach out to me, and I'm taking my time to reach out to you. So, just tweeting out saying sorry, apologize. I'm like, yeah, great, but that's not enough. So make everybody whole and give him the platinum.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate that.
So yeah, that's it. Next subject before we get cut off.
Well, good news actually. I'm sure for a lot, but what I want to know is, what do you guys think? When it came to the quests on Uber, did you like the dollar quests that you had to reach for, or did you like the trip count quests? Which one did you like better, and why? Personally, I never had the dollar quests to come into my area. It was always the trip count, which was nice. And so I was happy about that. But I want to know, what do you guys think? What did you think was a better quest?
I hated it.
So I mean, hey, what I think is best, or for myself, may not be the same for you. So I mean, T's right. Money I like more, of course, but it just depends on which one you like. But it looks like they may be going back to the dollar quests.
Look,
I mean, not the dollar quest, but the quest, ride quests.
I mean, not that the trip count quests, Chris, were like anything to write home about, as you guys see on the right screenshot. 60 trips for $25, whatever. I get it. We're down to 30 cents, 50 cents a trip. Okay. But this weekend I went out and drove and put out like a couple of really good drive along videos. And then, man, some of these trips I'm getting, Chris, I was getting like $3.50 to operate a vehicle, Chris, to go pick up a mile and drop off 2 miles. $3.50. We're in 2024, people. Wake up. What I'm not, you guys do realize, and I said this on the video, and it was like, great. And you guys do realize we're not in a third world country, right? Right? I'm driving like a $30,000 car. My insurance rates are through the roof. My gas prices are through the roof. My maintenance costs are at least double over the last 3 years. And you guys are sending me to pick up a human and drop off a human for $3.50? You guys do realize I'm not on a scooter, electric rental scooter, that I go with a helmet and give the passenger a helmet and go, jump on, $350. That probably shouldn't even be $350, right? So I think they figured, okay, they went to the dollar goal quest. You know, we knew why that was, that they wanted, because nobody's picking up long trips now, right? Nobody is. I'm telling you, these people are waiting. And in order for me to pick up a long trip, you know, they called it rebalancing with the upfront fares. Yeah, it was rebalancing to the rate of 30% less than time and distance rate card, right? So they go, well, that's the only way we're going to have some of these drivers who have the dollar goal cost, which these are mine, which had, you know, I'm not picking up anybody with a dead mile return at 50 cents a mile. There's not a goddamn chance. But then if I do shorties, how am I going to put 190 or 570 together? How many? I got to do like 300 of those to get that extra $30 if I do $570 quest? No. So what did Uber do? Go, okay, which one is better for us? How many trips do we have in our system that are more than 10 miles? How many are short? Look, this is Uber's numbers. 70% of all trips on the Uber system are 6 miles or less. Well, if you send that 6 mile trip to me at $4 to $5, and I'm not going to pick it up because it's not going to make up my dollar goal quest, and then you go back to the trip count quest, much appreciated, Uber, because there is not a goddamn chance in 2024 I can drive a mile, pick somebody up, get him in my car, be nice to them, take him a mile and a half or two, which is minimum fare now. By the way, in LA, I don't know what's happening around the country. I'm sure if I ask you guys will send me some ridiculous screenshots. Chris, we have broken the $3 barrier in LA for trips. We're not talking Uber Eats now, people. We're talking about rideshare trips. I got a $2.73 one the other day.
Wow.
$2.73 in a car with 4 wheels. I have to go pick this person up, drop them off for $2.73. Now, if I had a quest like 100 for 700 extra, I will pick you up, honey, any day, because that trip is $10. But with these trips now, 40 cents extra, 20 cents extra, I'm still not going to pick them up until you get these quests up juicier, Uber. It's just not going to happen. I'd rather go hungry. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to pick up a 50-mile trip at $25, and I'm not going to go pick up a human in my car with my costs going through the roof at $2.73 or $3.25. We're in 2024. We're not in Bangladesh. We're not in freaking Africa somewhere. Look, nothing wrong with that shit. I'm not going to do it. You guys want to pick it up? Do it. I'm not going to do it. I recommend not doing it. I'd rather sit on my ass and watch YouTube and answer comments in my car, which I did this weekend. I drove for 3 hours. Holy crap, bro. I was getting like $5.75 comfort trips that are going 5 miles. These are comfort. I'm going like, in what world? Yeah. And the videos are out. Go check them out. So, but I do like the dollar quest. I mean, I hated the dollar quest. I like the trip count quest. And if you guys get bumped that up a little bit, maybe I will go pick up some of those 375, 273 trips. Okay, Uber? But we're down to that.
That wouldn't even get my car to turn over.
Bro, $3, bro.
I have a minimum operating expense, and 272 is not that.
So I bet you it's cheaper than bus fare. I'll bet you it is. You know what I mean?
It very well could be. Yeah. Look into that.
Well, no, what I'm getting paid anyway. What I'm getting paid. You know.
Yeah.
I have an idea for my next video. I'm gonna do one of those 275 trips. I'm gonna cash out that 275, pay the 85 cents. Then I'm gonna be down to $1.90. And then I'm going to walk into a 7-Eleven, try to buy a pack of gum with that, whatever is left over of that 275. I'll bet you I cannot buy a pack of gum with that. Okay?
And this is with instant pay? 85 cents coming off for instant pay?
Yeah. I'm going to use that whole 85 cents on that just to show that at 7-Eleven I cannot buy a pack of gum for that trip that I did. The burned gas, my door got open and closed twice. I had to say good morning or good night or whatever for $3. $3.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3. $3, bro. Yeah.
Damn. Yeah. That's insane. Yeah, ours hasn't been dropped. Actually, it's gone up. So I don't know your pain, but holy crap, that's insane.
In LA, one of the most expensive cities in the country, I'm getting $3 offers for rideshare. bro. Uber.
Whew.
It was
See,
375 in 2015. It was 375 in 2015, and I ate those up all day long because I had 100 trips for $800 Quest. I get it; those are not there. Well, now I have no Quest, and I have 273 or 275 to deal with. How
Yep.
was this upfront rate rebalancing working out? Weren't they supposed to pay like more for short trips? Isn't
They
that
were
isn't that what
supposed to. They were
isn't that what the
supposed to,
CEO
but
said? Yeah. $3.
Jesus,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's crazy. Holy crap. It's
Yeah.
literally a race to the bottom.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it get worse. And I keep saying it won't get worse, and it keeps getting worse. Now we broke the $3 barrier.
Oh my God. Oof.
Yeah, who
Well,
does
on
those, by the way?
huh?
Who does those trips, Chris? Will you do one if you see one?
Not like that.
$3?
No, hell no. Like I said, my car
$3?
won't turn on for that. My car does
Yeah.
not turn on. I mean,
Yeah.
like even if you had a good Quest or something going on, my car will not turn on for that unless like I'm getting paid. Like, I mean, you're adding a couple of dollars just for the trip, including like
But
the
you know the
bonuses.
funny thing
That's
is,
the only
I'm
way.
driving this weekend. Okay, I'm driving this weekend. It's showing up on Trip Radar, right?
Sure. Thank you.
It's showing up on Trip Radar. I swear to God, they were getting gobbled up. Like by the time I look at it, it says it's gone. Somebody took it, bro. For
Matt
what?
asks, are they trying to shake out the experienced drivers?
Yeah, I guess.
Probably. I mean, that could be a very well possible part of it. That's
I guess.
I mean, that's the thing. Like, you get all these new people coming in, and they don't know any better because they don't know what the prices were back, last year or 5 years ago, or even more.
Yeah,
So, I
I guess
mean,
it's a
that's the
desperado.
unfortunate aspect. So, yeah, that could be
Yeah,
part of it. I mean, they're
yeah,
getting cheap. I mean, let's look at the Forbes article that Len Sherman did. What was about a year ago at this point now? Uber's
yeah,
math. Try to
yeah,
squeeze driver pay,
yeah,
and increase profits.
yeah.
Again, was touched up a couple weeks ago that we've talked about. So yeah, I mean, these things are really truly adding up and insane.
No, I
Jesus.
don't actually. In 2024, I don't. Good question. The reason is, inflation is still here. As much as these companies say, oh, inflation, or the government says inflation is getting better. Look, man, there are a lot of people out there driving. Look, if you're out there 20 hours a weekend, okay, let's say, and you have a W-2 and it's not enough income, and you're doing rideshare, you're going to accept everything because you have like a daily goal. You want to make a couple hundred extra cash. You're not thinking of the unintended consequences of taking that trip, okay? Because in 6 months, you're going to have 30,000 extra miles on your car, 30% depreciation hits you in the ass. You have nothing to show for it. You have a bad back on top of everything else because you're driving 12 hours a day. And you're going to have a bad experience. Car quality is going to go down. Driver quality is going to go down. And the consumer on that $3.50 trip is paying probably 8 to 10, right? So
Mhm.
this is what next week I have some good news. I'm going to change the little tactics going forward, Chris, because educating the driver community is not working by me seeing them grabbing those $3 trips from Trip Radar. I'm just going to go, you know what, we should change some tactics, and then we'll talk about that next week. But yeah,
Sounds like a
so but I'm
plan.
going to keep driving. I miss driving, so it was good.
Nice. All right. Well, let's move on. Let's talk about some a correct step in the right direction for Lyft, and then another one must follow.
Yeah, they finally separated on the passenger app. Um, they had commingled extra comfort and Excel and everything together. And look, there was a huge hit few months ago. The Lyft got rid of Lyft Lux, and a lot of people got screwed royally because they had bought cars to do Lux only. And
Mhm.
Lyft, in their wisdom, that proves people you have no control. Don't go buy a new car to do rideshare. It's the worst thing you can do ever in your life. Okay. But Lyft started separating it in the passenger app. You guys can see Excel, Extra Comfort, Black is all separated now. Now, Lyft, what you have to do, which you did get this email, now what you do is there are people only who want to do Excel. And you put Excel in the same category as Comfort, which is garbage, which is priced at the standard level sometimes, or lower, Chris, supposedly. Okay. I've seen some screenshots of those. Don't commingle everything like you do with this driver, right? See where it says premium only? In the premium, okay, first of all, extra comfort is not a premium trip. A goddamn broken down Toyota Corolla is going to show up to pick you up, okay? So
Yeah,
when
not
you
an
go premium
MDX.
only, you know what this is doing? This is more unintended consequences here, Chris. There are people who just want to do XL. They have a nice big minivan. They just want to do XL. But what they're getting bombarded with extra comfort trips. So what is that hurting? Again, unintended consequences, supposedly, right, Lyft? Think about this. It's hurting their acceptance rate. In some states, if you fall below an acceptance rate, you cannot move up to the next tier, or you can see upfront information, okay? Look, I'm thinking this is all planned bullshit because extra comfort should not be in the same category as XL, black, and black SUV. Does not belong there.
No,
No.
no.
So separate that, just like Uber. Copy Uber. You copy Uber all the time. Uber has comfort. Uber has X, on the driver app that we can choose. Do that. That's XL, and extra comfort doesn't belong.
Yeah, when it comes to the preferences, Uber's screen is better, but the problem is they still couple a lot of things together. So
Yeah, they
you're
do.
still getting rides that you don't want to take necessarily. Like if it's shared with X or Comfort, all those things are going to be coupled together. Why can't they just have it separated? And then even, like long filter, I want to see a long filter so there's no long requests if I don't want to, those types of things. All of that should be spelled out in there. And then, let's add a couple other things in there. Let's add, no people under a certain star rating or this or that. We can add a couple of more filters to even bring it down less. So again, you're only getting ride requests that you want to take.
Yeah, I think extra comfort should be with standard because it's just a touch above standard anyway. And the new car list, Chris, seriously, there's like Nissan Sentra is in there.
Yeah.
That's not extra comfort, bro.
No.
That's the Model Y, and that is not the same. Okay, so
I think I saw Bolt in there too.
yeah, exactly. Compare
And
that
Bolt's
to,
not that big.
I mean, doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? So separate that. Let people who do Excel, because again, the unintended consequences are these people are losing their tiers. They keep declining these comfort trips that are getting bombarded with because they have no choice to separate Excel. Leave Excel black SUV in one category because that is a premium category, just like you did on the passenger app. Now separate it on the driver app. Put standard and comfort together. Look, Uber has it the same way. I have on my app, I have Uber X Share, and comfort all in one. You send them to me, I get it. Oh, no problem, right? So yeah, so do it, Lyft. Please do it. I mean, I think it's overdue. Since you screwed everybody so bad with Lux or getting rid of Lux, now I think this is the least you guys can do. So yeah.
Well, speaking of driver pay, unfortunately, as more drivers come onto the platform, that means there's more slices of pie that have to be doled up. And that means more rides are going to more drivers, which means you have a lower utilization rate, which is the time that you're online versus the time that you're actually active or have a person in the car on the way to a ride, which is period 2 and 3. And we're seeing declines all over. And thankfully to everybody out there and, more people who are sending screenshots and everything, we're starting to put some pieces of that puzzle together. And unfortunately, the trend at this moment is not good. And, there's always ebbs and flows of everything. And I'm hoping that we're going to be hitting the bottom peak soon. I don't know if it's going to be or not, but let's hope. We Zoom, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that. And
Oh,
yeah,
you are a
so
member. All right. So this, I'm humbled. I appreciate it to no end. Okay. The community, it was 3 weeks ago, maybe, I think. I said, okay, there is an in-app message that Uber sends you saying that work between this and this hour and your median earnings in your city is going to be this, right? It's like a rah-rah, get out there and drive kind of a thing. And it comes with 3 different tiers. It comes with Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., because those are all peak time. That's when people go to work and travel and airports and things. Then they put one out in afternoon rush hour, Monday through Friday, 5 to 8 p.m., okay? And then they put one out, Chris, on the weekends, Friday to Sunday, either 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. or 10 p.m. to 5 a.m., right? Those are the 3 areas that they pick on, because that's when they need the drivers most. They need supplied the most, right? So here's the deal. I said this, I showed it from a couple of cities about 3-4 weeks ago, and I said, community, please send them to me as soon as you get it. Well, guess what, Chris? I think I'm up to 50. I actually, this is from yesterday. Since yesterday, I had added 3 more cities. So what do I do? I take all this info. So you guys think I get this info and just trash it? No. We don't do any of that shit here. What we do is we make spreadsheets. We love spreadsheets. We love our spreadsheets here. So what do I do? In alphabetical order, I go put what Uber sent within the app, because Uber, when Len Sherman wrote that article, they go like, boo-hoo-hoo, we don't take 40%, we only take 20. I'm all like, okay. But this is from the horse's mouth. This is from Uber to you guys within your apps. Now, every single one that I got,
Again, thank you for being a member.
I am encouraging everyone to keep sending these as soon as it shows up in their app. Okay? All I'm going to do is add new cities and add to the timeline of the trend that's going on. So it starts at the moment with Albuquerque and ends with upstate New York. So all these alphabetical cities, and you guys will see, take a look at this. Atlanta, I have it put up to twice. Austin, I have it put up twice because drivers sent to me screenshots of the in-app messages for, let's say, in Austin. Let's take Austin. Austin, the first one, Friday to Sunday, 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Look at this trend, Chris. Started at 33, which was about 2 months ago, 2.5, 3 months ago. Then went down to 28. Then went down to 24. And now the last one I got was 22. Now, you guys look at this spreadsheet. Chris,
$11 difference.
I think, show me one city that the week after and the week after is higher than the first number that I put up. One time, one city.
What city is that?
None. That's that city. None city. There is not one. Look at the first one, Albuquerque. It was 27, now it's 26. Yep. Friday to Sunday, 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. Okay. The worst place to be in right now, I think, is let me see, where is the lowest number? I think it's DFW.
Boston was going 46, 38, now 32.
Yep.
That's got to be like XL or something, or black. I mean,
no, that's X. That's X. Oh, by the way, this is all Uber X. Okay. And this is not active hour. This is per online hour, Chris. I checked this with Uber. Yep. They said, yep, it's online hour. This is median income. Median meaning it's median. It's not average, it's median. Median falls on a line, right? It always says, you guys have seen these messages. So please send them to me. Keep sending them to me. Do not get discouraged. But if you look at, like, Austin has 4 numbers because I have dates involved within those 4 numbers. Now let's take a look at Chicago. Chicago was 33, went down to 31, now it's down to 26, Friday to Sunday between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. Now DFW's got to be probably the worst place to be an Uber driver at the moment. Monday through Friday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m., Chris, is $20. Now, people, this is $20 online hour median income before expenses. This is from Uber. Uber, you cannot rebut this, argue with this. This is you sending this to the driver community, saying, woohoo, work between 5 and 8 p.m. You're going to go get $20 per online hour. I'm like, okay. What about my expenses of $5 minimum per hour, Uber? I mean, should I go flip burgers now? Maybe I should. So all these cities are here to see for you guys. And I'm going to keep adding to this. This spreadsheet is going to look beautiful. This spreadsheet is going to go to the media, by the way. I have a couple of interested journalists in talking about this. Let's look at Houston. In fact, I did a TV spot in Houston. I'm going to do one again on Thursday. Friday to Sunday, 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. 22, 21, and we're down to 19 now. I'm just looking for teens. Oh, I got one. Worst place to be on the planet. Be a driver in Atlanta. Monday through Friday between 7 a.m. and 10 a.m., Chris. Are you ready for this? 19, 18, and 16, Chris.
Ooh.
6 freaking teen. per
Jeez.
online hour before expenses.
Wow.
So Atlanta, feel bad for you.
We're dropping. I mean, even something like Knoxville, you start at 40, you go down to 34, and then you hit 27.
Yep. It's all dropping. There's not one city, I swear to God, there's not one city that's higher than it was before the previous week. So this is also a good indicator of when to drive and when not to drive. Look, if I'm in Atlanta, okay, and between Monday and Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m., morning rush hour, it's paying me down to 16 now, I'm not driving. So change your shift. Think about it, people. Change your shift to a higher time, zone. So Friday through Sunday, 10 p.m. to 5 a.m., Atlanta is 21. Well, which one is better? I'd rather get 21. Yes, you have to deal with drunks and shit, but hey, 21 is better than 16. Okay? So you all know what this looks like in your app. It comes with a blue line saying, okay, go online now. Do not hesitate. I don't care how many you guys send them to me. Keep sending them, whatever cities, whatever states, whatever hours. This is how it's going to look. The spreadsheet's going to keep growing. And FYI, Chris, last one in LA that I received personally was 28 between Monday and Friday, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. Now, please, we have a huge crowd in LA. Please send me the other time zones. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday through Monday or Sunday, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. or 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. I'm missing. I need those. Okay, one. And guess what? I got one yesterday, Chris. It was blank. It was blank. There were no dollar numbers.
What did it say? Like, what did it say?
I think I sent it to you. Did I send you that screenshot?
No, I didn't see it.
Yeah, no. It says, get out there and work. It's busy now. Between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. There is no dollar number. So Uber, if you're watching, which I know you are, and the cat's out of the bag. Look at all this I have. So what are you gonna do for each city now? You're gonna send them blanks, like saying, well, just get out and work. It should be okay. No, because I have this info. I mean, it's on my hard drive, and it's gonna get larger and larger. I have about 50 cities already. I'm gonna keep adding it. So please, people, please. This is called crowdsource. This is called crowdsourced information funding right here.
Yeah.
So when you guys do send me that shit, you guys should understand that I am doing stuff with it as opposed to just sitting on it. Let's see some more winners. What do we have winners? St. Louis 35, 31, 27. Pittsburgh Friday to Sunday 10 p.m. 5 a.m. 31, 30, and 26. The trend is not your friend, people. And
No.
Athens, Georgia. Look at that one. Monday through Friday, 5 p.m., 8 p.m. 18, now down to 17. Holy shit. This is online before expenses. There you go, people. See what I mean? This is what we do. Okay, send it to me. OKC, Bill Millistrom, send it to me. It will be added to the spreadsheet. So Uber.
And then we can update it and see. And then, here's the thing. If it starts going up,
yes,
that'll be a good thing.
Then we're going to hit it hard, right? So this is also a good trend. This is also a good indicator of when should you work, what shift you should work. You should, so forget this freedom, flexibility bullshit. Obviously, all numbers are different. So if you're working the morning shift, let's say after you drop your kids off at school and you're not making money, well, there is an obvious reason. Uber is actually telling you that you're not going to make that much money. So this is a good indicator of when to work, where to work, not where. I don't know where to work in your city, but when, because Uber has the data. Uber is sending you this. I'm not sending you this. So, but also figure out your expenses. All those numbers are online hours before expenses. So.
Yep. Well, all I know is if you start driving, you want to hit turbo, don't you?
Yeah, turbocharge.
So what is Lyft bonus turbo?
You guys have this shit? I got it from Boston.
I have a turbo, but it's in my car and it goes.
No, this is turbocharged earnings, bro. It goes work. Yeah, this is you guys have this? I don't have it in LA. I'm like
I haven't seen this.
Stepchild with Lyft anyway. I don't get anything.
I haven't seen this. No.
Okay. So good. Let's see. We're not only bad. This is good. I like this, I guess. Yeah. So it says check the weekly planner. Earn more on every ride when turbo is active. This is like the, we're like a
Turbo.
little race car. Turn on the nitrous bottle.
Yeah.
And get
Did you
paid.
ever see the movie Wreck-It Ralph?
Yeah. Well,
Like the main bad guy in it. Not Ralph, but he's the anti-hero, but the main bad guy is Turbo. So every time I hear Turbo, that's what I'm thinking, because my kids watch that movie all the time, and
well,
it's just like, what the hell is going on with this? Come on.
well, I don't know. I mean, look, they have departments at these companies, Chris, marketing departments and shit. They research it, like what wordage or what verbiage we can put on these incentives that will hit a nerve with the community. Turbo, yeah, I think Turbo is like, I think it makes sense, right? So it
Yeah.
goes,
I mean, it helps you plan your day better.
yeah. So look, we're always suggesting whenever incentives show up, you got to work those hours. Forget about this freedom flexibility bullshit. It doesn't exist. You got to work when and where there is demand. Now, if you don't know that by now, then don't complain if you're not making money. Number two, look, these are available to people. Some hours is 20%. So, and then at 11 a.m. is 10%. So, okay, which one would I work? I'd rather get the 20%. Now, one caveat in this, Chris. You know how bonuses, surges, boosts, all these things are handled with upfront fares, right?
They're rolled in.
You see what's coming here?
I see a
like,
10%
here's your
or a
20% boost.
increase.
I'm just going to lower the base fare by 20%.
Yeah. So I see it being either the same as what it normally would be, or maybe like truly just a 5% increase.
Possibly.
But for those who want to know how it works, I mean, really just check your planner, plan it out, and you're going to see when it's going to be on or in your area. I mean, like I said, I think this is a good time when you're at least able to see when you should be going out to help take advantage of extra pay, whether it's 10, 20%, maybe they'll do something more. And it's just going to be more money in your pocket. Hopefully is the key word being there, though, when it comes down to, being included in base fares. So hopefully a true 20% or a true 10% in addition. So if that $10 fare really becomes 12 instead of, 10.48, I hope that's good. But yeah, I mean, whenever you can see times like this, you can plan your day a lot better. So, I mean, if you're seeing like Wednesday, January 3rd, you're seeing 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If you're planning to go out during those times, or if you're planning to go out in the morning and, maybe you were not normally going out on Wednesday, maybe on Wednesday you'd want to go out. So, I mean, like I say, I think this could be a potentially good thing when it comes down to trying to plan your day.
Yeah, look, I think it's a good incentive, right? I mean, 20% is 20%, as long as they're not shaving the base fare. So somebody did a trip and sent it to me, or I mean, I don't know if they did the trip, but this is what the ping screen is going to look like. So 38 minutes for $21.63, including the 20% bonus. Now, without the 20% bonus, this probably would have been less than probably 18, right? Somewhere in that range. And 3.1 miles to pick up, 8 minutes to pick up, and 30 minutes for the trip at 15.8. So combined is about 19 miles for 21, about $1.20 a mile. Okay, some people look at buck a mile. And this guy is in priority mode, so that means he gets a discount, that 15% discount. Remember, we talked about that priority mode? You get more pings. You get more pings per hour if you accept a 15% discount. So this is kind of washing itself out. But look, I would probably do that trip. I mean, 21.63, 38 minutes. Yeah, it may get to maybe grab another shorty, maybe $7, $8 one, maybe get up to $30 an hour. I think that's from Boston. Yeah, I mean, this is the new deal. So now I don't know if these turbocharge, what is this, turbo boosts? What is it? Something like that.
Turbo bonus? I don't know.
Turbo boost. Okay.
I think it's just I think it's just turbo, really, and it's
turbo?
just like a bonus. So we'll just
I'm
call it
thinking
turbo
maybe,
bonus.
yeah, maybe this turbo is given to certain tiers. I haven't seen it in LA. Okay, I don't know. But if you're platinum, maybe you get more turbo hours than me or something. I don't know. But hey, don't knock it. 20% is 20%. In this day and age, we can get all the help we can. That's about it.
Yep.
Turbo. Turbo lag. Yeah, it's not. It's like
Oh yeah. So I mean, like I say, it's definitely a good planning tool, especially if it's going to be a few days out. That way, then you can plan out your day. You know, 3Ps. One of them is planning, so it helps with that. And anytime you have that type of information, instead of, you know, one of the things is just like surge pricing. You know, that's in the moment. That's what's going on at the time. So those types of things. No. If you have a nice turbo car, if you have a nice turbo powered car, and you know it's got some horsepower behind it, when that turbo kicks in, you're going like 20 psi. You know, it's pushing you back. It's gonna put you back in the seat. But if you don't know what a turbo is, or if you haven't felt it, or if you get like a Chevy Cruze 1.4 liter engine with a little mini turbo that's like not even a real turbo, and you're doing 160 horse and you're going no, that's not a real turbo. You want something that's going to put you in the back of your seat.
Yeah, put those eyes in the back of your head.
Yeah. I mean, 10% is driving that friggin' that Chevy Cruze around with a little turbo.
I
want something like 50%.
You know, whatever these companies do at the moment, Chris, nobody's going to be happy about it. Like if they go, okay, tomorrow everybody gets Seattle rates, people are going to go like, oh, fuck, that's too low.
I know, right? Like somebody will find something to complain about. Well, you know, why can't it be more? What the hell?
Yeah, $1.50 a mile, 64 cents a minute.
Or you know, what about the last 4 years that I've been driving that it was under those rates?
What about that reaming I got the last 4 years? It's not gonna make up. I'm like, bro, like whatever these companies can do. Do you see this Uber and Lyft? Do you see why you created here? You created nothing but anger.
Well, we talked about it. We talked about it last week.
Bullshit. This is it right here. There you go.
We talked about that last week. You're creating a negative ecosystem. You got to increase that ecosystem in something positive, and who knows, maybe things can change.
I've never seen an industry that people are more negative about what they do, bro. I'm telling you, those surveys, 58 to 59% of all of you gave them 1 stars, and there were like a couple thousand votes on each. Uber, Lyft, listen to the community.
We covered that.
Shit, forget your Kool-Aid drinkers over there. It's not working. You guys should hire me, actually. You know, I'd be like a head of liaison, Uber driver liaison. And I'll shit for you guys like in a week. You know what I mean? Because this is bullshit.
Well, hold on. The perception, let's be real, is probably going to take a long time to fix. There's a lot of sour people, and they have open wounds, and Uber and Lyft like to put the salt on the wound over time and time again. So it's going to take a long time to try to correct that ship. Let's be real. But the reality is it could happen. And as I said last week, you know, a happy driver is going to lead to a better passenger experience. And if that's what you want is better passenger experiences, you want the driver to be happy. If you're not going to allow the driver to be happy because you're squeezing the shit out of them when regarding to pay, this is when you're going to start seeing crappier cars. You're going to see less happy drivers. You're going to see, you know, all these things that are going to happen. And then, you know, when you're literally priming yourself to be the next Blockbuster, to be the next taxi cab. You're priming yourself to be overtaken. When somebody comes in and is going to do right by drivers and make a better driver experience as well as a passenger experience, you are going to lose every single driver you have. You're going to have passengers who are going to go to that and they're going to be like, oh, wow, this is a really good experience. I'm going to, again, go back to that. So you're just shooting yourselves in your own foot soon. So
we'll have news coming up on that, Chris. Disruptors will be disrupted. We did this a year ago with Teleport, and we didn't even know it existed. And we did it. We talked about it. I'm going to have the CEO of Teleport on when he's ready. And I texted him last week. He says, we'll be ready in a week or two. You got to stay tuned. That could revolutionize shit. I'm telling you, people, you know, all these troubles will be over. But stay tuned for that. That's why we have like a banger January, banger February coming up. Yeah, turbo. So look, you know, perception is reality. People's perception of these companies are horrible. Okay, horrible. And yeah, it's going to take time to fix, build that trust, if ever. You know.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
No,
so let's.
Okay. No, somebody said
alto. All right.
No,
well, Oh, we got another topic coming up very soon, but after that topic, we are going to be doing our favorite game, Cash or Trash. Would you take the ride or not, and why? So I am putting the link in. Anthony, thank you for becoming a member. Appreciate that. But yeah, I'm going to be putting the link into the chat right now. If you'd like to participate in that, what we are going to do is take the first 3 people. If there are any audio video issues, if it cannot get solved very quickly, I mean 10 seconds or less, unfortunately you will be disqualified. So make sure everything is set, internet connection is well, all of that. And yeah, if you'd like to come on and participate, click the link in the chat right now. It's coming through. And you could find yourself $25 richer. So with that being said,
$25, free money. Hey,
okay,
the next one is going to be yours because my glasses, I cannot read this shit, and I'm just going to set it up and you read this shit, Chris, because
that's perfectly fine.
Okay, but I don't know if you want to do the voice. I don't think you should, because I don't think this is fun.
No, I won't do that.
This is like fucked up. So Uber,
yep.
Okay, we talked today. All I gotta say, this is from your mouth to the driver. I'm telling you. So I'm gonna set this up. 1 minute. This driver sends me a screenshot. This driver did a reserved trip, okay, reservation, and in reservations and in regular trips as well, Chris, you do know that the passenger could pre-tip. There are generous people still on this planet who pre-tip, okay. And I saw the screenshot. I have the screenshot. The gentleman pre-tipped $15 on this reservation, okay. All right. The trip ended. Now this driver is thinking, okay, the trip was $30 plus the 15. I'm gonna get 45. He only got 8 out of the $15 tip. And the guy goes, well, this is bullshit of all bullshits. Let me go into my deep black hole that Uber support is and talk to a supervisor. Okay. And this is what the supervisor, this is for your supervisor at support, Uber. Don't fucking come to me and say this is a hocus pocus. This is your shit. This is from the horse's mouth. So without further ado, here's Chris. We got to read this. Sorry, guys. This is like, this blew my fucking stack.
Just before I do that, Driving Style has a very good comment. Do not pre-tip. That's how they shave you, and that's exactly what it is.
Driving Style, that we were going to talk about that? God damn, I did not know that, Driving Style. I swear to God, this is Uber. This is shit. This is from you to the driver. Here you go, buddy. All yours.
All right. So, yeah, just to fill you in, this is the support conversation that they had. No, I'm not going to do the voice,
but if you'd like to hear it, this is it.
So yes, this is Jason, one of the supervisors from Uber. I completely understand how frustrating it can be when you feel like you've received a lower fare than expected. We want to make sure that you have an accurate fare for all your deliveries or trips because we know how important that is to you. Before anything else, I want to let you know that I've added $15 account as a complimentary for all the efforts you made throughout this situation, and also a way to thank you for what you're doing. At $15 is what they should have gotten from the beginning. But hey, if you're getting $15 more, but
what was the tip amount? You noticed that was the tip amount.
Yep. That was the tip amount. Interesting.
That's the first like sign right here. Okay.
Yeah. And I like how it's bolded too. So it's like, oh, we're going to give you $15, which is your tip that you should have gotten in the first place, as a way to thank you for driving, because the tip is 100% supposed to go to the driver. You will see the amount added under miscellaneous. We all know that. I understand that it's important for you to have a clear understanding of how these fares are calculated. So let me provide you with some extra insights. There are several factors that come into play when determining the fare for a ride. These include supply and demand dynamics, traffic conditions, distance traveled, and other variables. Our algorithm takes all of these factors into account to ensure that both drivers and riders have a fair and transparent experience. What's transparent about what's coming up? I don't know. But additionally, when calculating the fare, we also consider any upfront tips provided by the customer. These tips are included in the overall fare calculation and are an important aspect of the earnings you receive from each trip. No. That is not how it works. 100% of the fare is on
What
top
the
of the
fuck?
fare. The fare should not be adjusted because of a pre-tip in any way, shape, or form. That's tip shaving. That, in my eyes, is stealing, because you're going to say, ooh, this guy's getting a $15 tip. Normally, the base fare is, let's say, $20. So by 20 and 15, you should be getting $35. Not saying, oh, we're going to add in a $15 so you get $8 as a tip. No. That's not how it works. That's stealing. That's illegal. And this is coming straight from support. So Uber, what the hell do you have to say for yourself on this one?
This is a supervisor, bro. Uber, what's up? Hello. I know. I know. Emails are gonna fly tomorrow morning. This is illegal. Your supervisor is saying that we calculate the pre-tip into the upfront fare? That's what I understood. Is that what you understood, partner?
That's flat out right there. When calculating the fare, we also consider any upfront tips provided by the customer. No. 100% of the tips go to the driver in addition to the fare, not calculated in the upfront fare cost.
We had tip shaving before. We know that, right? We sent you the shit. You fixed it for black cars who are dropping on class and doing Surge X trips. And you had, because black cars pay their own commercial insurance, you had that algo bullshit going on, which you fixed. Okay, thanks. This is a huge no. Like, huge. Okay? This is a reserve trip. No dropping down what's happening here. The guy got pre-tipped. I have the screenshots, Uber. I'm not going to show you that because I know you watch, and then you go, if I can dig around and figure that shit out, because that's happening to me now, because you guys are watching, and you go like, oh, exactly. We know exactly what happened there. I'm like, how the fuck? Because you guys are seeing the screenshots, just like you're doing with the earnings. You guys knew I was collecting those, and now we're getting blanks. Come on, man. What? I mean, you guys are a $125 billion company. You're watching some schmuck on YouTube? Really? Please.
Well, I wonder why.
Let's just fucking get a hold of ourselves here. This illegal. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, 100%. And then
people have
this
been
other
saying this to me, Chris, they're stealing tips and shit. I go, prove it to me. Just show it to me. Like, show me some fucking proof.
Well, right there.
This
I
is
mean,
from Uber fucking support right here.
ooh. I'm waiting for some class action attorney to come by and say, "Oh, well, that's some interesting conversation that I see right there that's spit out on that little last paragraph. When calculating the fare, we also consider any upfront tips provided by the customer. That's not supposed to be how it works. In fact, that would be illegal. Sorry. Actually, sorry, not sorry. If you get slammed with a class action lawsuit, that's on you. That's on you at this point.
Well, this is Uber support. Supervisor at Uber support. I mean, look, man, we don't want to throw anybody under the bus, but this is bullshit if it's happening. So if this is happening, people, just like I asked you guys to send me the earnings for all those hours, send me all this shit. All you want. Anything similar to this that you know you got pre-tipped on a reservation or an X trip, and then they commingle that pre-tip into the upfront fare. Please, by all means, by tomorrow, I'm expecting 100 emails, and I'll be gladly open them all up and put them on my Google Docs folder. This is bad. If this is happening, Uber, and obviously, look, either your support is misinformed, supervisor, okay? You're not training these people well. This cannot be a chatbot. I sure fucking hope this is not a chatbot. Because this would be horrible if this is a chatbot.
See, here's the thing, though. If that person wasn't trained to say something like that, how would they come up with something like that, saying that the tip is also considered in the fare? Especially when they have all of the different things that the talking points, like they say, the supply and demand dynamics, traffic conditions, distance traveled, and other variables. That just shows you that there is some sort of additional aspect when it comes to calculating the upfront fare along with a tip.
And within, for the same driver, right? He kept going at it. I mean, the guy goes like, Serge, I go, with your permission, can I put this up? He goes, absolutely. I'm like, yeah. I go, I had not seen this before.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Bruce. This is as close as I can get to tip stealing, okay? Because every driver, like, oh yeah, they're stealing my tips. I'm like, okay, prove it to me. You prove it to me, I'll put it up. Show me like something.
By the way, if anybody wants to prove it or have a proof, email us and we will send you exactly what we need you to do in order to prove that. I will not say that on the stream, only because we don't want to preempt anything. So yes, I have a plan already in place to be able to prove something like this.
Yep.
It's just going to take you to email us, and then that way we can provide you additional information on exactly what to do to prove without the shadow of a doubt what's going on. So like I said, if you want to take up on that offer, just email us and we'll be able to let you know from there.
And you know, the screenshot on the right is from another support agent to the same gentleman who says tips are always in addition.
Yep.
Right?
So I'll read that one, and it says more. This is a different conversation to the same person as Sergio just mentioned, and said, moreover, fares are no longer based on fixed time and distance rates alone upfront. Now the upfront fare includes all earning components. This includes real-time factors like time and distance to pick up and drop off, surge, boost plus promotions, trip destination, which is a little bit different from what the person said with the supervisor. And then it says they don't, however, include wait times, tips, or amounts related to the driver promos.
So if you guys have this similar shit, by all means, Sergio at the RideShareGuy.com. Send it. No, Eric, this is not a glitch. This is from Uber supervisor support. I'm like, there's no glitch here. Yeah. So they gave us a glimpse of how upfront fares is calculated. Like a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and a lot of your tip. We just kind of there it is.
Yep.
Fuck this up.
So sound off in the comments. Let us know what you think. But we're gonna move on to cash or trash. It looks like we have two. There were a couple of people that dropped off, so not sure what happened with them. Maybe they got so irate from what was going on that they just threw their phones at the wall and broke them. I don't know. But either way, we have two people coming on, so appreciate that. Chen, how you doing today? How's it going? You there, Chen? Can you hear me?
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, okay. Good. How you doing? So thank you for coming on. And then we got Kyle on. How you doing, Kyle?
Yes.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Just the microphone here.
Okay, perfect. Well, thanks for coming on, playing Cash or Trash. If you don't know how to play, or if you haven't watched it, basically what we're going to do is we're going to show you 3 ride requests coming up. 10 seconds on Uber, 15 seconds for Lyft, just because that is exactly what you have on the Uber and Lyft platform. And then we want to hear from you both whether it is cash or trash and why. And then we are going to send the poll to the chat while Sergio does a quick interview with you guys, get a couple of talking points in, and then we will see who is the winner, which is given out by the audience. So good luck, everybody. And if you have any questions, let me know now, or let's get started. All set. Sergio, you're on mute. There you go.
We have 400 people, and we couldn't get one more victim to do this.
Well, there, like I said, there were 2 or 3 that were still on.
Okay,
that was in the back room, and I don't know. I think they got so pissed off at the tip shaving that they
So
threw
that
the
means
phones
the
at the
worst,
wall or something.
the worst I could do is come second, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nobody
Sorry,
remembers second, man. Nobody remembers second.
Yeah. All right. So first one, give me 1 second. Let's get set up. And first one right now.
No.
All right. Cash or trash.
That one
Chen, what
has
would you do?
Jose says trash. Bro, you must
Who's
be making
going
a lot
first?
more than this.
Chen.
Nope.
It goes Chen and then Kyle.
Trash.
Trash? Okay.
And how come?
I would not take that
But why?
because it's as a surge on top of that, whatever that amount they see you up front.
Okay. All right.
And then because you go to an area and you have to come back down. And you have the dead miles, so you have to eat up coming back unless you want to go up there.
What city are you from? What city do you work at? Chen?
I'm from Kansas City.
Kansas City? Okay. All right, Kyle, how about you?
Me?
That's cash for me.
Kansas
Mainly
City.
because $31 is like exactly the right amount you need to buy one of my T-shirts.
Wow, what a plug. Disqualified.
All right. Okay. So cash and trash. So you guys gonna vote. Pay attention, audience.
Yep.
So what?
then
31
all-
more. Okay. Okay. It's next one.
All right, next one.
Hmm. Mm-hmm. About this. Huh? Huh? Tempting. All day's worth of work with one trip. Right here. Chen is
Cash or
laughing. I don't
trash?
know.
Shen, what do you
That is
say?
trash.
Trash? Okay. I sure hope you're making more than $200 a day in Kansas City.
Cherry picking helps, but it's still, you just have to see and you just take
Chen,
low
you
offers.
can only
and
cherry pick when there are cherries. When there are no cherries, what are you going to pick other than your nose? I tried to cherry pick
And
on
sometimes
Saturday. I
you
made
get-
$45 in 3 hours. Anyway. All right.
Yeah, so it's my turn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a cash. Because that's 200 is like enough for me to buy like 4 of these hoodies, which is like enough to last like 2 winters.
Okay. All right.
We have to
I
consider
see.
the
I see where
gas
you're
going
going with
back.
your
Yeah.
cash.
The fuel
Okay.
costs.
So you guys are
time.
splitting on both of these trips. Both of them. Chen said trash. Kyle said cash because he wants you to buy.
And first guy in Kansas City, he's a real cherry picker.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. He
Yeah,
must have
yeah,
cherries to
cherry
pick
picking,
because
you
they
know,
ain't got
just
cherries to
usually
pick.
$1 a mile is fine. I'll take it.
Well, this was like this was more than $1 a mile, but it was 4
But
hours. Though.
still, you had to
$200.
come back
Yeah.
to where you came from.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I get
that,
you.
and
I get
that brings it down to 50 cents a mile.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I get you. All right. Okay.
Unless they pay tip up front.
All right, and the last one.
All right, last one, guys.
Cash.
Huh? You liked one. You like one. Okay.
Because the time, it doesn't seem like too bad. As long as you're not
Okay.
stuck in traffic or just.
$30 in half an hour. Not too bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
Sounds
Uh,
it's
good.
just outright
Kyle?
with the mileage.
Yeah, for me, that's a trash.
For you,
Because,
that's trash.
Oh yeah, because that's in California. So with the tax, it's like 10-15% here. Like that's not even enough to buy me a T-shirt. So no, it's trash.
I get you. I see where it's going. Okay, we'll block Kyle going forward. Anyway,
Well, I gotta do some
all right.
promotion.
I got you. I got you. I mean, you know, opinions are opinions.
Like 35 minutes for that one. That was
Yeah,
okay.
35 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's cash for you. So the first
Mhm.
two were trash for you, and the last one was cash.
Yeah.
And for Kyle, first two were cash, and the last one was trash. Okay, all right.
That was an
Who
even
Hey,
wants-
there's
split
like
between the two.
400 people in here. It's like there's only 35 votes. What's up with you guys? Hit the
They're
like.
just
Okay?
watching.
A lot of lurkers in there.
You know what? They're declining and reclining. That's what they're doing. That's what they're doing.
Yeah, get the vote in there. Let's see who's today's winner, Kyle or Chen.
All right. Well, money is going to one of these two dudes. The other dude, I don't know what happened
Hey,
to the other.
is it enough to buy a T-shirt?
25? Well, if you get a discount,
Depends on what
yeah,
kind of
then
t-shirt,
you
though.
can buy one of
Trash
these.
then.
You can buy one of these with Sergio. See,
But
this
I
is
get a
good t-shirt.
discount, so I could buy a T-shirt with that 25.
25? Yeah, you can easily buy a t-shirt with 25. And this is the t-shirt. You guys like this one with all the gig companies' names on it? There you
That's
go.
perfect for like somebody who's a gigpreneur.
Yep,
Who
there you go.
multi-apps and work smart, not harder.
Why don't we send a gift package to Dara? Huh? Maybe he'll wear it and walk around with it. How about that?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
All
we
right.
did see Risher driving. What was it on Christmas? Wearing his little sweater there with the bells and that. So who knows?
All right. Who won?
We're ending the poll right now. I was gonna ask Chen, how was it in Kansas City?
Oh,
Before
okay.
we
How
do
long you
that.
been driving?
The thing with
How long
Kansas
you been
City is
driving?
everything's so spread out, but you can just stay in one area for the most part. You can get just ride constantly, especially like downtown.
Are you on
Hmm.
both apps?
I do mostly Uber, but I do have
Okay.
Lyft, but Lyft
You
is
have Lyft?
trash.
So how are your earnings lately per active hour, let's say?
Active hour probably like $95 if you're counting waiting and just
$95
sitting
per
there.
active hour? You drive black or what? I don't know what's happening here.
I have an Acura
Okay.
TLX.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so
$95 per active hour. See, people,
Jeez.
go to Kansas City and cash in. 95
Chen needs
per
to
active
buy a
hour.
hoodie.
We're all complaining. There you go. I should do it behind the
Whew.
wheel with Chen. What's the secret to
Yeah.
your success?
You just take rides there more than $10. But they always send you $5 rides, $6 rides. I just decline. You get $12 rides, and it's like going 7 miles. I'll take those. And those people, you
I know, but how do you
have a
get to
good
95 per
conversation or
active
whatever,
hour?
you make it.
How do you get to 95 per active hour?
No,
Or
no, you mean
maybe
active hours. No, you mean sorry, active hours. Then that's probably less because you're sitting down there for like 10 hours. No. So
okay, you put in a 10-hour shift in Kansas City. Are you a full-time driver or part-time driver?
part-time.
Part-time. Okay, you work 10 hours. What's your gross? Last week, let's say. Pick your best day.
Last week we're going to work 4 days, so that was 200, almost 197. Yeah,
Per
and that's
day. For
including,
what?
huh?
For the whole week or per day?
For the whole week. But that's for 4 days.
Okay, how many hours did you work for 4 days, for those 4 days?
Online hours.
Yeah.
It's like, let's see, like the app here. So it was online for 18 hours.
Okay, buddy. So that's $10 an hour. Where did $90
Yeah.
come from? Yeah.
They got like
$10 an hour.
couple
Okay,
people
go to
giving me
McDonald's,
those and
flip some burgers. Stop it. Stop the madness.
I know that's why I say it's not time. I don't do a lot of it. That's why I did part-time now. It's
Okay.
not as
Cool.
good as it used to be. Not as you.
All right. And Kyle has been on behind the wheel with 50,000 people not believing him when he was making 3K a week. Truly, there's an article about him too. He was a legend in LA. Now now legend has become
Now I'm semi-retired.
he's semi-retired now. He's selling so many t-shirts that he's just goddamn
I'm trying to
Slinging them
sell
left and
so
right.
many shirts.
Yes, please go visit gigwithit.com and use Sergio on exit so you get five
No, 15,
dollars
50.
extra.
We
$5
get 20% off with Sergio.
20% off. Hey, and then
Ooh, even
we
better.
go donate to victims of violent crime during gig work, so you guys know. And we don't
Absolutely.
bullshit about that.
Yeah.
All right, so we got enough votes, bud.
Yep,
Oh,
we
yeah,
got
who
74
won?
votes, and Kyle won with 55%.
Kyle won. Now Kyle
Big
can buy
Whitney
me a
won.
t-shirt.
Now
Kyle
you can
can
buy
me
all
a
the
t-shirt.
t-shirts he wants.
No, only one
So,
with that $25.
$25 is one.
$25. Next time, Chen, listen, be safe out there. How's the weather there? Is it snowing? Is it like
It snowed like last night, and today's like been trash weather. Didn't even bother going out. Just went to the work at my
so
work.
what do you
That's
do?
beside that.
Do you have a W-2? And then you
Yeah.
do gig work on the side? What do you do?
I work at a bank.
Okay. And then you just do a few hours, couple $100 a week, the kind of a thing?
Yeah.
All right.
So I used to do full-time for Uber up until like 2021. And then I
Okay.
just work at a bank now.
Okay, cool. All right. Cool. Good to meet you. Nice to meet you. And Kyle, are you gonna wrap your car black, the Tesla? So you can
No.
do Tesla
No.
black?
No.
No? Okay.
Yeah. I decided that I'm done with RideShare.
You're done with RideShare, okay.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Doesn't make sense. The math didn't make sense, and too much saturation. And I just came back from Seattle, and when I saw the Seattle fares, I wanted to cry, and I said, I cannot do this. When they're literally
tell us. Yeah. No, you know what? I was going to show that screenshot next week, but since you're here, from the horse's mouth right here, he took a trip in Seattle. Okay.
Yeah. So I just come back from Seattle. We did a New Year's celebration, and I had to rent a car. So unfortunately, I had to go from Seattle to Tacoma Airport to pick up the rental car for while we're staying in Seattle. And it was a 13-mile trip. It was 23 minutes, and Uber was charging me $57. And I talked to the driver, who was a super nice guy, and he showed me his screenshots of how much he was getting paid. And of the 57, he was making $30 some dollars. So yeah, so he made like $57 on $23 ride.
That's
because
great.
I gave
See
him
what
a
I mean, people,
cash
when
tip.
we say Washington State, Seattle model?
Now,
That's what we're talking about.
yeah, so what I found out was he said that Seattle is $1.50 per mile,
Yes.
and 50 cents a minute.
64. He's wrong.
Oh, okay. At least that's what he told me. And then he said if you're outside of Seattle, rest of the Washington is like $1.30, I want to say.
Yeah.
And then like I think like 45 cents a minute. So I mean, either way, I would take that. If it was the rate was that here, I would still be driving. But you know, I'm just like tired of like just looking at the phone and be completely like, you know, like frozen because I don't know like which ride to even consider even taking, because you know now Lyft with merging, you know, all the rides with, you know, Comfort Extra, I have no choice on, you know, like sitting on, you know, just a, you know, premium ride, and I'm not going to just take a regular Lyft ride. So I don't even turn on the Lyft now.
All right.
See, I get comfort rides every so often. So.
Yeah, sorry to see you go. Maybe you'll come back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, if the price is right, I'll come back. But you
if
know,
they start offering a $700 bonus quest, then maybe.
yeah. But you know, I have other apps I'm using, and you know, just keeping me afloat. So you know, I'm happy with that.
Cool. All right, congrats. You want email me, Sergio at therideshareguy.com. And this knucklehead here, this knucklehead right here is the one-on-one. You want to come on the show for 5 minutes? So I shred you till I can put you in the trash can, or no? You don't feel like it? Is that what you want? No? Okay. But that's all right. Yeah, we get knucklehead here and there.
And my acceptance rate is like 16%.
Oh yeah,
good. That's good.
People are, yep.
Yeah, so officially this week my acceptance rate dropped below my cancellation rate.
My cancellation rate is 7%.
Yeah, so my acceptance rate is 6%. My cancellation is 7%.
Dara, didn't you say multiple? Hold on, this is. I'm going to speak directly to Dara. Dara, didn't you say multiple times on multiple interviews, including talking right here on the RideShare Guy to Harry, saying that if drivers are not accepting rides and cancellation rates are going high, or not, I'm sorry, acceptance rates are going lower and lower, that you are doing something wrong? You are not pricing the rides correctly? Yeah. And yet you're offering $270 something for minimum trip in LA? Please. You're clearly doing something wrong here.
Well, maybe we can get Seattle rates or Washington State rates rolling, and
you're our last hope, Sergio.
I would be around 95% acceptance rate with rates like Seattle or
Bring
Washington.
us the Seattle rate.
Well, you know, I bet you we were talking about that. You know, we put Seattle rates, they'll still be complaining.
Probably.
People will complain.
All I know is my acceptance rate would go from 27% up to probably 98, 99%.
Yeah.
Oh, and also the other thing the Seattle driver told me was, because I asked him about the acceptance rate, and he said that they have to have a higher than 85% in order to be able to see the upfront.
So
that means, I mean, I don't see how you'd be below 85, but you know, I'm just saying he didn't mention that.
You know, maybe you missed by mistake or something, because I'm taking everything at $150, 64. Everything.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Long,
absolutely.
Short, I'm taking it all. But yeah, I mean, I'll tell you, you know, that's the goal. But Uber likes the Seattle model. They were at the table. They negotiated those numbers. You know what I mean? All they want is they don't want us to become employees. And I don't think we want to become employees anyway. So that's all they want. They go, we'll come sit down, talk to you. I'm like, okay, fine. Let's do it. Let's go. All right. Thank you for coming on. Be safe out there.
All right.
Thanks,
Happy New Year, guys. Be safe.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
All right, have a good one. All right. By the way, Eric, if you want to watch the clip, go back to Harry's interview with that, or even we did some breakdowns because we had to do some reaction videos to it. So you could go back in the RSG catalog and actually see that. That clip is there, and definitely we've referenced it a couple of times. They've said it a few times on other things, a couple of different interviews throughout. So yeah, that is definitely something that they are getting wrong continuously and worse as we've looked at those emails that came through earlier in the show, going from let's see, what do we got? 27 to 26, 29, 23 to 20, 46 to 38 to 32, all these starting to drop, 22, 21, 19. So yeah, that's not going the right way. So acceptance rates, I'm sure, are going down, and you guys are not pricing rides correctly. Like I say, I mean, honestly, chat, what would you do if you had the same rates? What were they now? $1.60 in Seattle and 63 or $1.50?
64.
Okay, so if you had $1.50 a mile and 64 cents a minute, and you were driving in your area, where do you think your acceptance rate actually would be? Would it be 95% or higher, or do you think it would still be lower? What do you think and why? Put it in the comment. I'd love to know. I want to know if people would be higher.
Yeah. I mean, look,
or just put higher than what it is now. How if the rates were like that, I'd be higher.
Yeah.
Mine would be 90.
Mine would be by other than accidental missing a ping. I may even have it on auto accept, to be honest with you. Which is I'm completely against being on auto accept. I'll just
I mean at those rates, hell yeah, I would be. I wouldn't mind.
Drive 10 hours, active 8 hours.
Unless it was shared, unless there was shared in your area, then you might not want to do that if you don't want to take shared rides.
Yeah, there you go. So anyway, that was good. We lost
yeah, Donnie's always at 100%.
Donnie's at 100%.
He's also
Donnie is Donnie.
Sunshine Man is
believe
too.
Me, he's at 100%. Okay, people.
Carrie B, is Risher going to be on the show anytime soon? Oh, we have to follow up with him because we're getting to that time right now. So we're going to be knocking on their door very, very soon to get him back on to see what kind of changes. And
yeah, we got 3 months.
I don't know about you, but
3 months. Huh? We had 3 months for David Risher.
Yep. So don't you worry.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. We got the big guy too, hopefully. But Donnie, don't troll Donnie. Seriously, Donnie is at 100%. I have seen his shit. He's 100% acceptance rate. Okay.
Yeah. And if it works for you, it works for you. Great.
Yeah, whatever works. Whatever works. Yep. All right. So let's talk about this last couple things.
Yep. We have a unfortunate, sad story to talk about right now. But we got a couple of funnies after that to help.
You guys are doing Uber Teen in your city? Are you guys doing Uber Teen? We talked about that then night, okay, when Uber Teen first came out a few months ago. And well, this is one of the results that could happen on Uber Teen when so Bixby mom warning parents after teen son used Uber to sneak out, ended up in hospital. Long story short, sad story. This kid at 3 a.m. with a couple of his buddies got in an Uber, went to a girl's house where they knew they had alcohol, drank himself to stupidity, probably got alcohol poisoning, and took an Uber back. Uber driver and his buddies pulled him out of the car, and he collapsed on the front lawn of his parents' house. And he's in the hospital. He's in kind of a coma. And, mom is blaming Uber. Well, now, if this was an Uber Teen trip, okay, actually on whoever's in Houston, watch me on Fox 25 or Fox 23. I'm going to be on Fox 23 Houston Live on Thursday morning at 8 a.m. We're going to talk about this. And if this was an Uber Teen trip, what's the liability going to be now on the driver, Chris? I don't know. And if this was a regular Uber trip, because this doesn't kind of clarify that in here, but they carried him in the house. Then they ended up alcohol poisoning. Like I said, she started looking into what happened, the mother, and she found out her son and 2 friends snuck out using an Uber. Now, if this was a regular Uber trip and that driver broke the terms of service and took these 3 knuckleheads into his car, okay,
he's
leaving
more
the house
liable.
and then coming back to the house on regular Uber X trips, you're toast, sir. You should have canceled instead of looking at that $5 trip or $10 trip. You're toast, whoever you are, the driver. Now, if this was an Uber teen trip, here's the hole in the system. Let's go with the Uber teen trip. This boy was able to order an Uber at 3 in the morning with 2 of his buddies under the family account that Uber teen is. Uber sends the parent a text at 3 in the morning saying that your son is about to order an Uber teen trip or ordering an Uber teen trip. There is no curfew on Uber teen, number 1. Number 2, there is no guidance that unless the parent could be probably at 3 in the morning, Chris, the parent was asleep, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uber gets rid of the liability by sending the parent saying your son is about to take an Uber, but there is no text verifying from the parent at 3 in the morning going to the Uber system. It should be that way. Unless a return message gets back into the Uber system saying that, yes, I do okay this. What if the parent's phone is off? This guy got in an Uber if this was an Uber teen. This is inexcusable, right? I'm not saying it's Uber's fault. Now, if this was not an Uber teen trip and this knucklehead driver going there and coming back took these 3 kids in his car and not mark it as underage minor and show them their tailpipes, now that guy is in deep shit. Right? Because Uber's going to say, hey, it's against the terms of service. I got nothing to do with it. You shouldn't have taken these trips on. Going to the girl's house and coming back drunk from the girl's house. So, look, this Uber teen thing has like Swiss cheese with so many holes in it that there has to be better protections for the parents to say, okay, my son is about to order $500 worth of sushi. I'm asleep. Yeah, Uber sends me a text saying your son's about to order, $500 or ordered $500 worth of sushi, unless I send the Uber system back saying it's okay or something. Because outside that, all these protections that Uber has says, follow my ride. You cannot change destination under Uber teen. The parent can call directly the driver. The drivers are all highly rated and background checked. Everybody is. So my thing to Uber systems is you need to update these systems unless a message goes back from the parent to the Uber system saying that, yes, I do okay this trip at 3 in the morning for a 14-year-old, then the car should be dispatched. Otherwise, no go, Uber, because we know why you're doing this, and this is no kosher. And that's why I have my Uber teen logged off, checked off. I will never do an Uber teen trip. And there you go. So sorry for the parent going through this. Hopefully the kid makes it. And there you go.
Yeah, unfortunately, this is not an Uber or the driver's problem. The only problem is, like you had mentioned, is with the if it was an Uber teen ride versus a Uber X ride, giving a teen rider a ride on the X platform. Those are the only liable circumstances. When it comes down to this particular teen going and partying and having fun, well, unfortunately, it's on the girl's parents because there was alcohol being served there. Secondly, nobody actually watching to see how kids are drinking. So yeah, and then it also falls back onto this mother as somebody who's not paying attention enough there. So you want to place blame on somebody. You're going to try and place blame on Uber because they're the ones who were able to facilitate the ride. But in actuality, you should be paying attention to your son, talking to them about what's going on. And then also this girl's parents with the alcohol there. So, that's the unfortunate aspect of it all. And, something like this can get tied up in a legal mumbo jumbo. And, these drivers that may have taken it correctly, if it was an Uber teen ride, now could get kind of dragged through and, all of these things. And then Uber could get dragged through. when in fact, again, in my opinion, I don't think this is an Uber issue or a driver issue unless that driver was giving a ride to a teen on the X platform.
Yep. And to P, right? You do these trips, you continue doing these trips. You can't tell always how old these kids are. You know, ask them for ID.
Yep.
You won't do that. I know you're desperate for $5. You won't do that, but you be real. You do this trip. If this was an X trip and you did this trip and this guy ended up in the hospital with a coma now, your life is over, P, right? But you know what? This is the problem with the system these days, that, you know, people just take garbage and then they go, you know, I will never allow, knowing that the mother is going to complain to Uber, by the way, saying that, oh, I do it all day long. I send my 12-year-old to school every morning. No, sir, not in my car, because the liability is so huge for that $5 trip. Your life is fucked for the rest of eternity. So, you know, it's everybody's on call for themselves. Knock yourself out. Keep doing it.
Yeah, I wouldn't fall for that crap. Sorry. If you
for
think
ID,
somebody's too young, you ask who it is. If you're, you know, hurting for money or something, I get it, but this is something that could come back and bite you in the ass. So is it worth it? And the answer is no, it's not, because, you know, we'll see what happens. I mean, I'd like to follow up with this and see, you know, a lot more of the details, but yeah, it's an unfortunate thing, and it's all these gray areas.
Yep. Any doubt I have, they're not getting in my car. That's it. I mean, you know, or I'll ask ID and they don't have ID, and then, you know, next guy will pick you up. That's the problem. You know, there's always going to be some sucker picking you up. You know, that's the problem. And the parents are used to it. They go like, yeah, the other guy did it. I'm like, I'm not the other guy, bro. The other guy is this guy who wants to put his life into danger. And I'm like, I'm not that desperate. I'm okay. But anyway, so. Yep.
Well, now we got a little funny video for you. And this is what happens when you need to verify quite a bit. Sorry for anybody who might be driving right now. This is part of the video. So don't get the Uber ping anxiety going right now.
Yeah.
Sorry, I forgot to give that quick warning. But what happens when you got to confirm your identity in the middle of a thing? How many people are just pissed off?
Yeah.
I don't get paid. Hey, you don't get paid to ask questions, but when your livelihood gets on the line, you might want to ask a couple questions.
Yeah. And so this guy took a picture. Look at this picture. Beautiful mug of his. You know, obviously AI, and he got approved to drive. There you go. Yep. You did this. I didn't know you could do this and then get approved. So next one, I'm gonna do that. Next time they verify.
I think so.
Yeah, it worked. It worked, bro. And I was like,
so that was pretty funny seeing that. How many people are going to start doing this now?
Imagine that, like at least 400 people that are watching this there, and then 10,000 later, they're all going to, Uber is going to see all these now. And they go, oh,
all of a sudden everybody's flipping them off and they're like, why?
Yeah, why? What's going on? And then watch us all get deactivated because we did this. So if anybody gets deactivated because of this, send me an email. Okay, it's not going to happen. But this was hilarious, and thank you whoever sent it to me. This is pretty funny. Well, not funny, but it's true. Yeah, I mean, there you go. You know, this is another one this is what we do for you, Uber, and mad mothers against drunk drivers and all this shit. We stop all this. This is what Uber drivers do. DUI will cost you 10 grand. Funeral will cost you 15, probably more. An Uber trip is $10. Don't drink and fucking drive. There you go. That's as well as I can say that was probably New Year's Eve. And yeah, I mean, I'm really, really, you know, glad that Uber drivers do work the late hours for the numbers we saw. Chris, do you see those numbers in the between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m.? They're like going like, you know, late hours are tough, bro. So.
Yep. All right. So we got a little bit of time left. Are we bringing some people on?
Yeah, if they want to jump on, I want to talk to that one-on-one, and I want to talk to the other guy. I was like, his link is over there. You guys want to jump on? Let's go.
All right. Here is the link for those who want to come on. And, you know, we're going to give you a couple of minutes to come on. We'll bring on a few people We got about 15 or so minutes left.
Well, come on
so if you
down,
got
one-on-one.
questions,
What happened?
if you
Can't
want to
call your
challenge
phone?
Sergio and he being a bootlicker versus not,
Yeah,
by
come
all
on down,
means,
buddy.
come on.
Come on,
And
grab the link. First of all, luckily we're recording this, right? So I did not say like base my time on active time. None of that shit happened. This guy is like fucking smoking crack over there. Don't smoke crack and drive, okay? But if you want to come on, here's the link. Grab it. Let's talk about it.
Or if anybody wants to share anything, ask questions, whatever, come on. And we got a few more minutes. But yeah.
Well, if not, let's you know what? Let's do this. Next week we're gonna talk about the new Department of Labor ruling with a lawyer from NELM. They have no bone to pick. They have no dog in the fight. They're just going to tell us what to expect. Uber and Lyft and DoorDash are all acting like no big deal. Doesn't apply to our gig workers. It may or may not be. I don't know. I haven't read all 339 pages. But by next week, we will talk about that. You know, and I think it's an important ruling. I mean, look, I am pretty sure there's going to be some lawsuits, right? Because some drivers are going to say I'm misclassified, and they're going to jump in, you know. And I'm sure there are going to be some lawyers suing, class action lawsuits. But next week, come back and learn about it, what the effect of it is going to be.
Yeah, that's going to be very interesting. So we got a couple of people in, and again, if a couple more people want to, link is right there. Let me post it again, and then you guys can come on and go from there. So give me 1 second, Big T. I will get you on in just a moment. All right. There we go.
All right, people.
Big T, how you doing?
Hey, what's going on, gentlemen?
Good, man.
Oh, not too much. How you doing?
How you doing? What city are you from? How many trips? How many years?
I'm in Tucson, Arizona. Got about 3,500, a little above 4,000. Used to just do it on part-time.
Okay.
That's mostly why it's been that length of time, but been in between jobs and had to take it. So you guys do an amazing job, by the way. Just always want to shout you out. I know I might talk a bunch of shit in the chat every once in a while, but you know, it's nothing like this, you know. As far as the smaller markets, like Chris, I know you're in Buffalo, you know. I used to be up there and, you know, live the Chippewa life. But what do you guys recommend in smaller towns? I mean, I'm about an hour and a half south of Phoenix, so it's a smaller market.
I know where you are. Yeah, but Chris goes first, and then I'll tell you what you need to do.
Learn your market is the best thing you can do. Know the times it's busy, you know, look at the app constantly, even when it's not normally when you drive, so you can kind of get a feel for, you know, when the active surges will happen. You can kind of know, you know, I mean, depending on where I'm assuming like Tucson or something.
Yep.
Okay. So, I mean, Tucson, I mean, like let's say that might be like the equivalent of Syracuse. I know people from Syracuse will drive to Buffalo sometimes. It's all depending on what you want to do, but yeah, really know your market, understand your market, and then know the times when you're going out, especially if it's something where you have the most flexibility in terms of your own schedule on when you can go out. And I say that term not meaning flexible for Uber or Lyft, but your terms of flexibility. And then that way you can go out during the times that it's going to be most busy, and, you know, don't worry about the times that it's not. I mean, now, unfortunately, I'm not very much a fan of food delivery or things like that. But if you have that and it's working in your area, take advantage of that, because if there's downtime, you know, you want to be able to be online as much as you can. So you have the options that if they come in and it's worth it for you to be able to do that. And again, just paying attention to what's going on, especially with the trends, and taking advantage of those. And then when they offer bonuses, take advantage of those times that they're taking, that they're providing them. So then that helps you get more money in the lower amount of time.
Do you have a W-2 that you're supplementing this with? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I have a full-time job. I work from home. I just started this job a couple months ago, but like I said, I was out of work for like 6 months. So I started paying attention to the patterns and everything else, because I used to just do like Friday, Saturdays, and some Sundays. I do a lot of airport runs. Would do the morning runs for the rush hour, afternoon rush hour. Did the Uber Eats for a little bit, but dealing with people and their food kind of really pissed me off. Took my Uber rating from like a 5.0 over like the 5-6 years I've been doing this, and dropped it to like a 4.89. I got it back up to a 4.99. So I kind of took that off.
I wouldn't worry about that much.
It was a personal thing for me, but and then I also incorporated Lyft for a while, and I always pay attention when you were talking, Sergio, about both of them. Show me the money when I first started watching you guys a while back. Whoever's going to pay me more, I have both apps running, and see what's going on. It's just a pain because I do use one phone instead of like a tablet where I have to go back and forth between the apps. But you guys have just been very instrumental in everything, and I always make sure don't take the shit.
No, I mean, you don't have to take the shit, but look, this weekend, I went out for like a few hours, and then there was nothing but shit, right? Depends on what hours you're out there. I mean, some days you're just going to take the shit and make your $20 and go home. And that's what I did. And you got to follow your pride once in a while. Those days of, $20, $30 surges and multipliers and all that good shit is gone. So certain days they're going to feed you nothing but shit. And then if you don't want to look, I mean, you're part-time, you're going to do it 20 hours a week, right? If you don't have a choice to work the peak hours, your choice is going to be what? Take shit, right? And if you're trying to supplement your income and you have a daily dollar goal, $100 today, okay, it may take you 7 hours for $100. You're going to try to do it in 6. Try to figure that out how to do it in 6. Incremental improvement. That's all you have to do at these times. And if you get inner city trips, Phoenix, Tucson, those probably will be okay because you'll probably be able to get yourself back with both destination filters on coming back home. But yeah, I mean, there is not much you can do. There is no magic formula. What the magic formula is your own person to see, like Chris said, right? I used to take screenshots and put them all together and just play this mind game with myself. Is it going to repeat? Is it going to repeat? And if you can work peak bar hours, that's the best time to be out there. That's when you're.
That's when I'm usually out. That's when I'm usually out. I start around 7 or 8 o'clock at night, and then kind of run to like 2, 3 in the morning, depending on how busy it is.
That's
do the airport runs to start usually because I can get a good trip because I'm about 5 minutes from the airport, from Tucson Airport. Then I can take a trip from there, maybe head up to mid part of Tucson, and then branch out from there until at bar time.
That's it. Anyway, good to meet you. Thank you for
appreciate you guys.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, have a good one, Big T. All right, we got Kyle coming on. Kyle, how you doing?
What's up, Kyle?
Kyle, you there?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, can now.
Okay, guys. Okay. So right now, I am literally in a Stop and Shop, parking lot charging because I'm trying to save money. I can't afford to go to Electrify America and charge like at $60 a pop. So this is one of the tactics that I use to try to maximize my income here. I don't know, as you guys know, I'm in a rental. I pay a premium for this rental, so I have to do what I have to do to make ends meet here. So, but another thing I guess I guys told you before that I don't, like last December 25th to the 21st, which was the New Year's Eve weekend, I did Lyft for the first time seriously because they gave me a $120 challenge. Right, I completed it, and this was the first time I literally paid for my rental with Uber. So it was like $470.95 is what I took in. So they took like pretty much all of it. I think I had like $16 left over, which I was fine. I paid for the rental. I was happy. But this is what they did. They gave me another challenge, but they gave me $70 to complete the challenge for the same amount of rides. So it was 30 rides for $120 last week. New Year's Eve. And they gave me another challenge with the same amount, $30, and went to 70. So I said, oh boy. And I said to myself, and so it begins. This is what they do. They give you a decent challenge to entice you, and then once they do that, it keeps going lower and lower and lower. Before you know it, they don't give you no challenges and no bonuses.
That's the playbook, though, right? Because when I say this, people get pissed off. Like, if they know you're in a rental, they know you have to drive, they know you have to pay the rental, and the algorithm knows, and I mean, these are not set by humans, right? They know last week you did the 70 trips or whatever for 120, and this week they're not going to give you 120 because they know you're desperate and not your fault, but they know they're going to exploit you, and that's a fact, and it's going to happen. And that's why, you know, rentals are not the best thing, but you have to do what you have to do. And next week, if you finish this one, I guarantee you they may cut you off altogether or lower the quest to 40. And that's what they're going to do. That's the game they play.
Well, here's the thing. I don't plan on, you know, now this is worth it for me. I don't plan on doing this challenge. I'm just gonna forego it. And mind you, let me give you an idea. You know, you and Chris, to let you guys know, like the majority of the money I make is through Amazon Flex and Roadie. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys just an idea of what I pulled in. So Roadie alone, mind you, last week. So every Tuesday is when I get my deposit from Roadie, and I brought in a total of $609. Right, that got sent like this morning, like 5 o'clock in the morning. They sent that. So that's just Roadie right there. So now in my Amazon Flex, I'm looking at it right now. So I brought in.
Are you there? You muted or something?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay.
Okay, no, I mean, no, we understand. I mean, look, we understand what you're saying. It's just that you are doing it the right way. We say it all the time. I mean, if you're renting the car, do just Uber and Lyft, or just Uber, let's say, just to pay for the rental, and then these other apps are subsidizing you or making you money. Great. I have nothing against it. We say it all the time. Have as many tools in your toolbox as possible. Otherwise, imagine if you were just on Uber and doing Uber, and you're just going to pay for the car and then do what? Eat what? You know, you got to eat, you got to live, you got to pay rent, you got to pay your phone bills and all that shit. So you're doing the right thing. Congrats.
Right. And then one more thing. So like I said, Roadie was $609. And then on Amazon Flex, on the 1st of January, I made $99.50. That was one payment that they sent Monday, January 1st. Then on Wednesday, January 3rd, that was $99.50. Tuesday, January 2nd, $62. Wednesday, $89. You know, $65. $154. Friday, January 5th. $48 Friday, January 5th. $63. I mean, you know, I'm doing pretty good. Like I could bring in a couple $100 with just Amazon Flex alone, and then with Roadie, I'm good. So I'm just letting you guys know.
I'm glad. Look, I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad you figured out your formula. This is, you know, if it's as long as it's sustainable for you, go at it. You know, do what you need to do. But when it comes to incentives, they don't have to give you incentives if they know that you have to work, right? And that's what they're doing right now. They know there are so many drivers out there, and they're just kicking the driver community when they're down, and they're cutting incentives because they know people have to drive, and they go like, fuck them. Well, I'm not going to give them any incentives. They're driving without incentives anyway. So what's the point of, you know, they're saving all that money because at their scale is billions and billions of dollars, right? They're putting that money in their pocket. But anyway, so you know, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming on. We'll have like 5 more people after you. So.
Okay, then thanks a lot, guys. I'll see you, Chris and Sergio.
All right, take care.
Have a
man.
good one, Kyle. Thanks.
Stay safe.
All right, Will, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate that.
Thanks, Will. Hope that black Tesla is working out, swimming in cash. I'm hoping.
All right, let's bring on John. John, how you doing today?
John. Oh, we got John. You're on
mute, John. You gotta click the unmute button. You there, John? Looks like you unmuted.
I can't hear you though.
I don't know. We'll come back to you. All right, Jamil, how you doing?
How you doing?
Jamil.
How you guys doing today?
Good. Yourself?
Yeah, well, we're hanging on in here in Phoenix. Here's a problem that we're getting to see right now. We have this self-driving cars called Waymo, and they're taking all of our short runs.
Where are you at? Are you at Arizona?
In Phoenix, yes.
Yeah.
And they're now coming into the airport. and dropping off people at the airport. Yeah, it's the train station that they drop them off, but it's hitting our pockets right now.
Yeah, well, I also heard they're going to be on the highways now. I heard that as of this week or next week, they're going to be able to get on the highways now.
That's next week, yes.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do, we are now fighting it out here. There's a few of us that are just fighting that method of operation. We now try to find out where most of their pickups are, and we park our cars in front of them or around them and try to get cash deals from Waymo. And so far, I've been able to take, I believe, 5 in the past week or so. And
okay. Well, look, I have my opinions on those cash deals. I know there's a gentleman in Arizona that keeps talking about cash trips and this and that. Look, man, you're playing with fire. You want to do it? You do it. If you do it, you get in a crash, you're fucked. But hey, to each their own. I wouldn't do it unless I'm properly insured for it. And it's not that expensive, to be honest with you, to have extra rideshare insurance. And you guys can do whatever you want. I mean, I'd be careful with that stuff, right?
Well, no, I do have the proper insurance. That's one
All
thing.
right. Well, as long as you have it, and then
I
would put a cone on these things, bro. Just put a cone on the fucking things.
Get the cones out.
It's cheaper.
Yeah, true.
Just put the fucking cone. They all die. Seriously.
Yeah, but no, we're trying to figure it out here because we were making good money. Yeah. And now, like you said, we're getting rides at 40 cents, 45 cents a mile after everything. It really it hurts us. It hurts us.
I'm the first one to admit it. It's right now. Look, man, I've been around for 8 years. This is the worst I've seen in 8 years. There's no ifs and buts about it.
That's correct.
And I know from my city, but I do hear it from hundreds of cities every week because of our size, and everybody's saying the same thing. I mean, not everybody can be lying. These companies can say whatever they want. Oh, 32 active hour, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, no, it's not there. You guys can sell the crack to some other guy. You're not going to sell the crack to my community.
I'm lucky if I get $22, $23 active hours.
Active?
Just if I take good rides that are throughout the hours, and sometimes you don't. So
are you full time?
The average goes down.
Are you a full-time driver?
Yeah, full time. Yeah.
And what is on our list, Chris? Can you look on what Tucson says for online hour? Can you look at it? I think
Tucson is not on here.
Tucson. No, Tucson's not there.
I'm in Phoenix.
You got Phoenix is the closest. It's 24.
24.
Yeah, so
that's
I'm
online.
At 22.
Yeah.
22 at the best.
That's before expenses. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I hear you, man. It's tough. I mean, it's tough for a full timer. I don't know.
I wish Dara could see this.
I would say just get some.
Oh, they're seeing it. Trust me, they're seeing it. It's just that they don't have to do anything about it. They are seeing it.
Yeah.
And they don't have to do anything about it. All they want to do is they go, this is our time to be profitable. We were not profitable for fucking 10 years. Now we have all the drivers we want. It's not that because it's so great to go out and drive, but people are driving in the millions, and we're going to stick it to them while they're down. But, we're taking notes. It's okay. Time will come.
You're right about having certificate of liability and create your own LLC and do your
100%.
own rights and do your own thing. Because
100%. Because look, people are getting ripped on the back end anyway, right?
Yes.
You don't have to undercut Uber or Lyft or Waymo too much. You just have to equal them and then create yourself a customer base and then screw these companies.
I actually take off $5 from what Waymo does, and they automatically say yes, we'll do it.
Yeah, but they're doing, that Waymo thing, bro. They're doing it for like excitement, and everybody is going to try out once or twice. I don't know if everybody is always going to take Waymos because there is no car. How many cars they have in Phoenix? 200?
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Not even probably.
But it seems like there's a lot at 6
There's
o'clock.
A lot, yeah.
5 o'clock in the morning, you see them coming and going.
Yeah, they're all over LA too. I see them all the time, but the demand is so much that I don't think with a couple hundred cars they're gonna make a dent in it. To be honest with you, But then look, each car, in addition to what you guys have, is a problem. That's it. I mean, oversaturation it is what it is. But anyway, thanks for coming on, man.
Well,
Much
thanks.
appreciated.
Get
Just be
those
safe
cones out there.
Be safe
Yep.
out
You know,
there. Hang
I
in
mean,
there.
look at the farmers in Germany, what they're doing. They're closing down the streets and the freeways. I mean, you know,
That's a
sometimes you got
great
to take to the
idea. The
streets.
cone, I'm gonna buy some cones and we're gonna do it. We're gonna try it
Oh,
out.
bro, just put it on them. Let's see what happens. What are
Yeah.
they gonna do? Nothing. They're not
They
gonna move.
they
That's
just
what they're
sit
gonna
there.
do.
They become nothing happens. They don't move.
They become
Nothing. So
80,000
they're
trash
sitting
cans.
there. Then, but I mean, sometimes that's what might have to be done in order for voices to be heard. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not being a problem in any other way except for maybe disabling that particular car for the time being. But yeah, I mean, sometimes people got to do what they got to do. So, wish you the best out there, and hopefully these things will fall by the wayside, similar to what Cruise happened. But I mean, they're playing a little bit safe and a little under the radar. So we'll see what happens.
Thank you for
Be safe out there.
Take care.
All right, have a good one, Jamil. All right, we got Conrad. How you doing?
What's up, Conrad?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
How you doing, man?
I'm well, thank you. Thank you for having me on. I wanted to talk about.
What city are you from? What city?
Oh, I'm in Houston, Texas.
Oh, fuck. Bad market, bro.
Yeah, well, you know, I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to make some suggestions about the display ride camera.
Okay.
I'm enjoying it. Of course, and you know, in Texas, you have to let people know they're being recorded.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's always interesting how people react to the camera when it gives the message that they're being recorded. Some of them kind of act kind of weird or whatever, but you know, I like it. But I just have two suggestions for the company. Maybe they're listening, or you can pass it on. That you know, the camera doesn't know, of course, if the ride is a 20-minute ride or a 5-minute ride.
Okay.
So you know, it kind of gets annoying when it repeats over and over. I have mine on a 10-minute loop, but it's still a bit much. So I wish we could like push a button to play the recording at the beginning of the trip, and then that's it.
Okay.
I don't know if they can make that change. And then also, of course, it needs to be in Spanish because we got a lot of Spanish customers.
Okay, do me a favor, Conrad. Email me, Sergio at therideshareguy.com. And I'm always in touch with the company, and I'm in touch with the CEO of the company. He's very, very good at responding. And I will forward whatever you sent me to him directly, and then he will get back in touch with you and then, you know, fix the problems or at least take the suggestions. Okay?
Right.
So email me at Sergio at therideshareguy.com.
Yes. Okay. And then quickly, you know, we had the big NCAA football game here this weekend, well, yesterday. And the money was okay, you know, but just to show that, you know, the money is way down. I mean, we have two airports. Our big airport is like, it's about 30 miles outside the city. Yeah. And I mean, any ride to the airport should be at least $30 or $40. Yeah. But Uber was sending out, they were sending out rides
18
for $16, $15, $18. It was ridiculous. Now they had some that were 27. I wasn't taking any rides to the airport for less than $36. And they finally, after I waited for like an hour for them to send through a decent airport ride, they finally sent one through. It paid $37, and I took it. But it was ridiculous. The money was okay, otherwise, but the airport. I thought the airport money would be better, but it wasn't. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, yeah, it's bad. Houston is one of the worst markets. I've seen the prices, and it's just not there. I mean, Texas in general is pretty bad. San Antonio, Houston, Austin. I mean, DFW. They're just those numbers just don't look good, man. You know, just doesn't look right.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you for coming on, bud. Thank you. I appreciate it. So don't forget, email me, Sergio@com.
Okay, well, thank you.
All right, take care.
All right.
Anybody
So,
else?
nope, that was it. There were a couple of people that were going on and off. I'm not sure where they are, but I mean,
Yeah, I know.
so you got to wait
Maybe
till
they're
everybody goes
driving.
through. We take them all in order. So, you know, first come, first serve. So
Yes,
that's how
sir.
it is. Just so you guys know, if you didn't know that. Yeah, if you're like the third, fourth, fifth person on, you got to wait until everybody goes through. But we'll try to get everybody as long as you're on there. But with that being said, yes, a great show. No power outage, which is good. So we were able to finish the whole show.
We survived.
Yeah, didn't have any problems, even though I can hear the wind, even with these on. I can still hear the wind going through. So again, everybody out there right now, especially if you are driving or, you know, if you are in the wind or planning on driving or something like that, just be safe out there, especially now that it's getting to nighttime. You know, we're seeing a lot of downed trees, a lot of power outages at stoplights. Make sure you come to a full stop. It's like a 4-way stop sign for those that are for those lights that are out. Don't just go through it. If there's a cop by, I hope they'll pull you over if you decide to blow that light, even if it's out, because that's what you deserve. So either way, make sure you come to a full stop, like a 4-way stop sign, and then you can go. Make sure you stop, be safe. Pay attention to everything going on. Do extra caution so you see if there's any trees falling, any down branches, anything like that. Just be safe out there because yeah, there's widespread wind all over the place. So we want you guys to be safe. And then with that being said, I think there's something coming up, Sergio, right?
Yeah.
I think
When
something.
you do this at the end to me, like my mind is fried already. What's coming up? Oh yeah, the Thursday is a big day. Hopefully,
getting the wind off the lake. Yeah, we're getting slammed right now. It's like 70-mile-an-hour gusts. So, yeah, we're getting like hurricane 1 category 1 force winds. So 74 miles gets a sustained, but that's 74 sustained. These are only gusts. We're getting like 40 to 50-mile-an-hour winds normal.
Yeah, this guy must be drunk driving. I mean, or something. I don't know. He's high on something. He wouldn't come on, but he will just keeps going at it. But, should we send him to YouTube heaven or what?
No, it's fine. We got yes, go Bills, go Bills. If anybody knows,
the Bills won this weekend.
Buffalo won against Miami. It was a little shaky in the first half of the game, but the second half they came out and stunned Miami, which is nice. So yeah, they were. I mean, if who was it? The Bengals? No, I'm sorry. If the Jags didn't win, or if they won, Buffalo was literally playing for second place or for out of the playoffs. So
when is Super Bowl?
What's up? Super Bowl's in February.
Like February, first week of February.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Second, I believe. I gotta look. Yeah. I don't remember exactly the exact date, but yeah, all the playoffs are set. So we got wild card weekend going on this weekend. Sunday 1 p.m. is the Bills game against the Steelers coming from Steeltown here. So that's gonna be nice. The Bills won the AFC East again for the 4th time of the year. Go Bills. It was definitely looking a little shaky mid-season there, but you know, the end of the season they finished strong. So
I'll watch
everybody there. Go Bears, please. They're home. They're watching the game now.
All right, boys and girls. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Next week should be a good one. Next week we'll have a lot happening this week. We can't talk about it on Tuesday. But yes, I was parked on red. Jose Sanchez, did you see me? I was doing the delivery. It was a quick one though. So I'm enjoying driving. So I'm gonna keep driving this weekend. Okay. And then next week is gonna be a good one. Please join in if you're worried about this DOL thing, Department of Labor thing, or should you not be? You know, I'll probably run a poll until next week, Chris, saying, do you want to be independent contractor or do you want to be employee? That'll be a good poll.
Yeah, especially since it's definitely on people's minds at this point because everything that's going on. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting. We're going to break it down. We're going to look through the 339 pages. And again, who's coming on?
We have legal counsel from NELM. They're basically a neutral party. They investigate all these all these bills and Washington bullshit that comes out of Washington. 339 pages, bro. Why couldn't it be 39
that's insane.
pages?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
what
insane.
is so big deal about like this independent contractor? If you're this and this and this, you're an independent contractor. If you're this and this and this, you're an employee. I'm going like, I don't know. It's probably not that simple as I'm making it. So yeah, we'll put up a poll. Go to our community page. We'll put up a poll, and you guys do the poll.
And then what's you got something you're working on with Harry coming?
Yeah, we have. Should we announce that today? Yeah, we probably should. Well, it's just a little teaser. So me and Harry, we're gonna go one-on-one. Harry, the founder of the RideShare Guy, Harry Campbell, the founder of the RideShare Guy. We're gonna start a debate series called Crossfire. And we're gonna pick up subjects and talk about it 10, 12, 15 minutes each. And we're gonna put it out there and let's see if you guys like it. And you know, Harry being Harry is going to probably irritate the shit out of a lot of you, but then I'll keep him under control. I'm not worried about Harry. Hopefully my blood pressure doesn't go up too much. And then we'll all be in control and we'll put it out and let's see what your reactions are. That's it. Yeah, we'll have Crossfire coming up.
Yep. And with that being said, hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Go out there, make some money, enjoy, be safe, be smart. Don't take Uber Teen trips that aren't Uber Teen platform. Don't take too many riders that are coming in your car. It's not worth the hassle and the problem in the event something happens, and all of that good stuff. So be safe out there, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yep.